see what we got here. All right, another news event at 7. Questions. This to the page real quick. All right, guys, let me get this going real quick. Sorry, guys, I got up to like a little late start today. I took like some sleeping pills to help me sleep last night, and they knocked me out. I couldn't even get up this morning. All right, let me send this link out to everyone, and then we can get started. I'll take a look at the messages once we kick off the day. Yeah, I don't know if Spencer's in here, but I saw Spencer's profits from last night trading UK. I don't know if he showed you guys, but man, he did some crazy stuff. He locked in what, nearly 4K overnight. It's crazy. I gotta start setting up for UK with you guys. Let me just get this on here real quick. All right, we sent this over there. There. And I think one more group. One. And then one last one. There we go. We're good on that. Let me send this to the Facebook real quick. And then lastly, the IG. Let's get this on the Facebook. All right, post it on there. And then lastly on the IG. Cool. I just gotta copy this link somehow. Get this on the page. I gotta call these profits too. So guys, I'm at such a late start today. We hit TP, full TP for Euro USD. We hit TP1 for AUD USD. We've been hitting TPs all month, all year, guys. So I gotta post those updates real quick too before we get started, and then we can kick off the trading day. All right, cool. I got that. Oh shit, wrong. Damn, my brain's all over the place right now. Okay, let me just. Or you know what? I could just copy that picture. It's easier that way. Save it. All right. going to post this link on there. All right, I think we're good to go. It's loading. All right, guys, cool. So let me post up these updates for these trades real quick, because we did hit TP on this one for I think it was 10. Let me see how many pips was it. It's not even on here. Let me update this real quick. Yeah, a lot of TPs hit overnight, guys. Let's refresh this. All right, this looks good. All right, yeah, so TP hit for odd USD 20 pips, your USD 60 pips. So let me just post this up for the group. Oops. Put this over here. Let me send this over to here real quick. 20 pips, odd USD. I do have my alerts running, guys, for US 30. So don't worry if you guys think I'm not watching it. I do have the alerts on, so it's it'll alert me when it happens. All right, we got that right there. Just make sure you guys are updated. And then we got Euro USD for full TP right here for 60 pips. So hopefully you guys all made profit off those trades. I mean, guys, we're literally killing it this whole week, month, year. It's been crazy. Let's see. All right, this is 60 pips. Euro USD. All right, cool. I think that's it for everything. Let me just scan through the emails real quick to make sure I didn't miss something that needed early checking. Let me just check real quick. All right, I've given access to everyone. Looks like we're pretty much good. Let me just scan through my messages real quick to make sure I'm not missing something that's time sensitive. So if you guys send me messages on Telegram and I haven't gone back to you, don't worry, guys. I'm not ignoring your message. I just didn't see it yet because I'm barely getting to everything, and I'm only responding to people that need stuff right away. Let me just scan through these real quick. If they're not time sensitive, I'm going to go back and relook at them in a little bit. But sorry, guys. I got a ton of questions, so let me just make sure that this is another one right here. All right, I think I'm done with all these questions for now. All right, guys, cool. So let me get back to the YouTube real quick. Sorry, I got a ton of questions, guys. There's so much stuff that is just happening overnight, and I got to a late start today, so I wasn't able to necessarily answer everybody's questions and get to the emails real quick. But morning, guys. Let's see who's here. There's a lot of people here already. We got 60 people. So the live sessions are growing, guys, really quick, because we had like 10 people, now 20 people. Now we're up to like 60 to 100 people live now. So thanks for sharing the live with everybody, guys, because I know everyone here is getting value out of this. Everyone's making money trading with us here. So if you guys have friends or anybody that want to be part of this, go ahead and invite them, because this is completely free. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to give you guys advice, and I'm here to share my knowledge with you guys, because obviously, I've been doing this for a while, and you guys have seen me live every day that I actually know what I'm doing. So I'm just looking at US 30 real quick. I'm just going to mark these up just to see where the next zones are so that we can possibly catch the rejection, maybe like a sell or maybe even a buy. So we have this huge zone up here and then this one right here. So currently we're looking for the next K2 signal. And the reason why I'm drawing those zones is because I'm waiting for some sort of rejection off these points. So I'm waiting for price to come up here, reject off here, get a sell signal, and then we pretty much ride this thing down. Same situation over here. If price comes up over here and rejects off this point, and we get a sell signal, then we'll take a another short position, somewhere over here, and we'll delete the zone. But I do have my alert set up, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a little bit. But let me go ahead and take a look at the chat, because it looks like there's a bunch of people here already. Nice. Morning, Greg. Morning, Alkin. Morning, Andrea. Morning, Matt. Morning, Peter. Morning, Marcel. Morning, Wave Bomb. Morning, Sam K. Morning, Victor. Morning, Josh. Morning, John. Vishnu. Bree's here. Welcome back, Bree. I haven't seen you in a while. Joshua, the other Josh is here. Nice. Josh said, yo, Shawn, nice background. So yeah, guys, I got these new canvases in the back. I don't know if you guys can really see them. They're it's basically the modern, Wall Street bull and Wall Street bear. So I made a ton of profits this year, guys, and I'm super thankful to the market. So I got these huge canvases behind me that basically signify, the modern Wall Street bear and bull. Since we do everything online now, we're not trading on Wall Street. This just shows you guys that, I really love trading. Like trading is like my thing, and it's helped me get to like places I never thought I'd ever be, guys. So, it's possible for you guys too, if you guys learn the same way I trade, because I just do the same thing every single day. You guys know I only trade 2 strategies, and you guys see all of the results. You guys see all the profits. It's all just from doing the same thing every day. So if you guys want to be profitable and consistent, you guys have access to all of my indicators, all my strategies, pretty much everything. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I'll send another picture in the group so you guys can see like a clear picture. It's kind of dark in here right now. I think once the sun comes up through my office windows, you'll see a lot better. But they're really cool canvases. Let's see. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Gakti. Morning, Gihis. Gihis, I sent you a message about the trading view. So if you want to send me the new details, feel free. Morning, Flynn. Morning, Dominic. Let's see. Morning, Jalicia. Morning, Spencer. Morning, David. Morning, Lagnami. Morning, Chelsea. Morning, Jalicia again. City. Morning, Rob. Morning, everybody. So Dominic said, why don't you start live trading room once you're all done with your stuff? So Dominic, the reason why we start the live trading is because the market opens at 6:30. So if I wait too long, you guys are going to miss the trade. That's why I have to hop on right away. And just lately, there's been a lot of new members. So there's so many people asking a ton of questions because they've discovered K2. So I've been a lot busier lately with questions rather than I was before, since there's there's a ton of new people that are joining every day. And, I'm here to help you guys. So I don't mind if I have to step aside to do some, admin stuff, but, we're here now. So we're now waiting for this entry on US 30. Look, guys, it's exactly what I said earlier. We're looking for this rejection off here, right? And there's the rejection I was telling you about. It rejected, it's followed by a strong bearish candle. Now we're just looking for a sell signal. So once we get a valid sell signal like this right here, we can take a short position and then pretty much ride that down to full TP. So everything's looking good right now so far. I'm not sure why is it dropping so heavy, but let's go ahead and pull up CNBC. Let's see if there's anything really going on affecting the market currently. Jobless claims down. So yeah, jobs are, well, actually that's a good news. So I don't know why it's dropping, but I'm assuming there's okay, check this out. Coronavirus update. So there's probably shutdowns going on. Damn, okay, so that's why it's dropping. The stay-at-home orders were made in LA. So it looks like a lot of places are going to close back down for a bit. So that's going to hit the market. Dang, okay, cool. All right, cool. So that might be affecting. It looks like it's COVID news that's affecting the market right now. It's dropping it pretty heavy. Let's see what the overall indices are doing. So right now they're around the middle. So the Dow 30 is only up about 0.30%. The S&P is only up 0.08%, and Nasdaq's only up 0.229. So it might come down, guys. So we will be watching this and make sure if there's like anything unusual that we can pull out of this. So just looking back at the pairs right now, we still have a couple pairs running. We have CAD/JPY. Hopefully you guys got pulled out in profit because like I mentioned earlier in the week and like this entire month and last month, during the holiday season, the market starts to move a little weird. So make sure you're using the exit strategy. So like right here, the TP would have been moved in profit somewhere up here. This is where I got out in profit when it came up. So that once it swung down, I got stopped out in profit. So I guaranteed profit. And with the coronavirus news, it's going to bring strength to the yen. So all the safe haven currencies, like the yen's going to be stronger. So you can see across the board right here, the yen's coming down because the coronavirus is getting worse and the vaccine hasn't been released yet. So you can see right here, they're all pulling down, right? That's why you guys got to be careful with your trades because it's just, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market that's causing, this to come down. But looking at our other pairs, AUD/USD is looking perfectly fine right here. I actually got stopped out in profit for like 20 pips this morning. So I made it like 200, 300 bucks this morning, which is not bad, to kick off the profits this day. I might re-enter, but I haven't thought about it yet. I'm just going to wait for the news to pass because we do have news coming up for US right now in 4 minutes. The ISM PMI is going to come out. It's probably going to affect the market. So that's why we held off on entering any new trades this morning. But I'll go ahead and scan through here just to make sure everything is good to go. Hey, morning, Susan. Nice, Susan's new here. So morning, Susan. Flynn said, Shawn, will you hire an assistant? We don't want you getting burned out answering questions and what's the difference between a standard and a mini lot. Flynn, yeah, no, definitely. It's probably gonna, we do have some people helping with that. And we do have people that are available for that. So yeah, now as we continue to get bigger and bigger, because obviously, K2 is just going to keep growing bigger and bigger every day. I'll probably have to hire some sort of assistant to help with the questions. Yeah, exactly, Victor. The new spiked price for a lot of these pairs, like especially like the US dollar is weak because of the COVID news. And the lockdowns that are probably going to happen soon. That's why it shot it up right here. And then same situation with the JPYs. The COVID affects the safe haven currencies directly, so that's why the JPYs are starting to swing down. And that's why we're not really trading during this time because there's a lot of manipulation. Like this can have a slight drop here, and then a few hours later they can have an announcement like, oh, we've had some COVID breakthrough, right? And what happens from there? It spikes right back up. So that's why we're being careful with our positions right now. And you guys got to keep in mind that tomorrow's NFP. So the market's going to either move really slow today or it's going to move really fast. It's going to be one or the other. And we're probably going to be done trading by tonight for that specific reason. So let me go ahead and just scan through all these pairs real quick. Look at this spike right here, guys. As I was telling you, there's a lot of manipulation market open. So we usually wait for it to settle out. So this thing might even push up higher. There's no guarantee it's going to drop below here. It might push up a little higher, like maybe up to here, maybe up to here, and then it spikes down. And we're just fishing, guys. We're waiting for the opportunity to enter the trade. We're not forcing anything because that'll just be too risky. So we'll keep looking at that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and look down the watch list. If you guys have any other questions or you guys want me to analyze anything, just feel free to put them in the chat, and then I can answer any questions you guys have. But feel free. I know there's a lot of new people here, so don't be shy, guys. Like everyone here, we're all family here. We all help each other, and I'm here to help you guys as well. With regard to trading. So if you have any specific questions, just put them in the chat, and I can help you out. It could be any of the basic questions or any of the more complicated questions. It's just up to you. If you have anything specific trading related, I can answer the questions for you. So let's see, odd cat right here. There was actually an entry right here, guys, but I didn't call it because it was at 2 a.m. I was asleep. So right here, this would have been a decent entry upwards over here. But Yeah, the market's just really slow. It's like I mentioned, it's, you know, NFPs tomorrow. So the market's either going to be really slow or be really fast. The thing is, we took a lot of profits early in the week, so we can literally just hang out the rest of the week if we wanted to just today. But, you know, we're not going to do that because the profits never end. You know, we want to keep taking every opportunity that's available. So I'm just gonna zoom through all these right here, and I'm going to mark stuff up. So good thing we didn't take this buy right here. This would have been bad because it would have swung over. This was a buy from last night, but there was news last night, the OPEC meeting. So we got AUD USD, KJPY, CHF JPY. Let's see if there's anything else here. Euro odd. I'm just gonna mark up some stuff, guys, so that when the news passes, we can possibly take some of these trades, because we could always make a late entry if the entry is still valid, but we're just entering at a later time. So Euro USD. I think I saw a question here for Euro USD. All right, cool. So I'll just look at Euro USD right now for Gactive real quick, and then I do see your question about gold, so I'll look at that right after. So Gactive, looking at Euro USD right here, I think it's going to continue up. It's probably going to continue up and test the zone over here. However, so if you wanted to take the full position for this, it would have been right here. This would have been the entry, and the full TP would have been like way up here for like 120 pips. The reason why I didn't call that is because a lot of people don't like taking big positions like that. But technically, I think this is going to continue up even further, Gactive. So if you're looking at Euro USD, it's probably going to push up this far. And then once it gets to this point, it's either going to, I mean, there's two scenarios that can play out. It can either break through it and continue up further, or it can reject off here and come back down. So there's a couple different scenarios here, but for the most part, it looks like it's going to be heading up because all the USD pairs are weak right now due to the COVID news and probably due to the OPEC meeting going on today as well. I think the OPEC meeting is still going on, right? Yeah, the OPEC meeting is all day today. It's basically that they discuss oil and stuff. So it's going to affect all the markets. But just look at the Euro USD. It looks like the USD is probably going to be weak overall because you can see AUD USD. You just do the correlation. AUD USD is bullish. Correlates with Euro USD. It's bullish. GU. It's bullish. You can see all of the USD pairs are bullish. It's weak. Like the USD is just weak right now. So the Euro USD is probably going to continue up higher. I might go in for a later entry. Let me see if I can find them here. Yeah, so I might go in the lower time frames and then make a different entry here. So right here, I could probably catch this as it comes down for another entry, for a pivot entry. I can even go in the lower time frames, like the 10-minute, and I could scalp this up right here. So it looks like there's another buy entry available right there. But I'm not just going to randomly enter the trade. You know, I'm going to look for an actual entry. And then I can make my entry from that point. Because the thing is, you don't want to get in too early and then get caught up in, you know, any of this retracement over here. Because you might enter a buy right here and then it'll retrace on you. And then you're like, damn, I should just wait for a better entry. So yeah, your USD, I think it's going to head on up, guys. I don't think it's going to come down anytime soon because it looks like all the USD pairs are pretty weak at this time. Let's go back to US 30. And this is what I meant about being patient, guys. Look at the Dow. So if you guys caught that rejection right there and you got like greedy and wanted to take that sell when it was coming down right here, you would have been screwed because price came from down here way up here for like nearly 1,000 pips. So that's why you got to be patient and wait for the rejection and the signal to confirm the momentum swing downwards. So we're still waiting for that right now, guys. There's really no rush for any of these trades, especially with it being NFP. So let me take a seat real quick. I'm getting tired of standing. All right, let's bring this desk down. All right, cool. cool. So we looked at Euro USD just now for active. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at gold right now for Emma. So Emma wants us to take a look at gold real quick. So looking at gold right here, it's kind of playing out exactly how I analyzed it yesterday, right, guys? I told you guys it was going to come down from here and then swing up, and it did that exactly. It didn't shoot up all the way, but it did shoot up, you know, exactly how we drew it. I think we even drew this last week. So this drawing has been up since last week, and it played out exactly like I said it was going to. But yeah, we can go ahead and scan. We can analyze this from scratch again, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. And this is, you know, obviously a naked chart for gold. So you guys, people always want to ask me, how do I analyze gold? So basically, this is a naked chart, right? What do I do next is I turn on the K²SR indicator, and then I draw my zones on the chart. So I got that zone there. And what these zones do is that they help us identify where points of rejection are, so that we don't trade in those areas, because obviously if you trade, you know, in the areas where price will be rejecting, you'll probably end up in a reversal. So basically I'm just drawing these lines here so that I know where to trade and where not to trade. And then after that, I'm going to identify the direction of momentum. So after we have those zones drawn up, I'm going to hide the indicator. I'm going to zoom out, and you can see here that price always rejects these. I mean, it respects these zones. So you can see price whenever they reach these areas. If I zoom out from here, we drew these zones today, right? So price is way over here on December 4th. You can see that these areas have been tested every month: November, October, September, August, all the way up until July. And then where price currently is right here, you can see that price broke this structure right here, and then it might be coming down to this point before possibly shooting back up, because the US dollar is weak, right? Like we mentioned earlier. So that's why price is coming down, because the US dollar, price is going up right here because the US dollar is weak. So I think this is a small pullback or retracement. It might even go down this far. It might go down here before shooting back up, because if the US dollar is weak, gold is going to gain strength. After that, I turn on the K2 momentum indicator to identify the direction of momentum. And that's what I mentioned right here. I mentioned that it was going up because momentum was pulling from down here. So the momentum swung from right here. It shot up right here, and it's doing the same thing. So it shot up from here, had a small retracement, and then it shot back up, right? It's doing the same thing again. Small retracement. And then what's probably going to happen is it's going to reject off this point or this structure, and then it's going to shoot up higher. So it's going to conduct like some sort of break and retest. Comes up, breaks, retraces a bit, retests the structure, and then it shoots back up. So depending on how news plays out, you guys got to keep in mind that tomorrow is NFP. So this can literally spike either direction. So I personally wouldn't trade gold today because of NFP, because NFP can spike price down or it can spike price up. And this is usually what happens, guys. So usually what happens is you think it's going to be a buy, right? So generally you think it's going to be a buy. NFP comes around. You have your stop loss right here, like right at the structure. And what happens is price will spike down really hard to here. It'll stop you out. And then a few seconds later, it shoots right up to your TP. So you guys got to be careful when you trade, gold during NFP, because this is one of the most manipulated pairs that most people trade. Like you'll see that there's some people that are really successful trading gold, and there's some people that just blow accounts trading gold. And most of the time it's based on luck. So I would be careful. I don't trade gold anymore because of that specific reason. I noticed that over the years that this pair is a very highly manipulated pair, and it's not really, it's profitable if you do it right or if you get lucky, but in the long run, it's really hard to be consistently profitable with this specific asset. But the strategy still worked here perfectly fine. Like you can see the K²SR strategy, price broke the structure right here, or we had a sell signal, price broke the structure. If you took this sell right here, you would have made a ton of profit for, what is it, 400 pips? Or yeah, I'm assuming this is 401 pips right here. And then same situation here, price, we had a buy signal, price broke the structure right here. And if you took this trade, you probably would have been pretty deep in profit, because we would have anticipated this to shoot up to the next zone. because this is similar to all the other strategies that we apply. Like I mentioned, whenever price breaks structure, it usually goes and tests the next structure. Like right here, price breaks the structure, retraces, shoots up. There's probably another structure up here, but I haven't drawn it yet because price is so far, price is way down here. So this area is kind of irrelevant at this time. But if price was to shoot back up here, then we would draw, you know, the structure that lies around this area. But yeah, that's pretty much it for gold right now, Emma. I don't think it's something that you should really trade unless like you have a strategy that you're applying, but it does have a bullish bias. So I think it's going to be heading up. However, I think it's going to retrace down a bit, just like it was doing right here before it continues back up. So I probably wait for that retracement. One thing that you can do, this is a little trick that I do, is I go on the, so I'm sure a lot of you guys here know about the momentum strategy or the momentum pullback strategy. Generally what I do is I wait for, it's not going to apply right now because there's no trend down here. But basically the way that this works is if price was trending up, whenever we get an opposite signal, because obviously, you know, price is going to be trending up like it is right here. Whenever we get an opposite signal, because obviously we want to take a buy, right? If we get a sell like this right here, see how we got a sell? I would put a buy stop at the high of this candle right here. So that when price shoots up, like I'll just rewind it right here. So say right here, we got a, I'm just gonna hide this too. So say right here, price was trending up and then we got a sell signal, right? But we're only looking for buys because price is trending up. So in this situation right here, we're going to identify this as a retracement, not a momentum swing down, but just a retracement. So we put a buy stop order right here so that as soon as price, let me see, I'll just get a long positioning tool. I'll put a buy stop right here with my stop loss at the swing, which should be somewhere around here, about 600 pips. So as soon as price swings back up, it automatically fills my order and then goes to full TP. So check this out. So price is down here. It hasn't filled the order yet. We get a buy signal. It immediately activates it and then goes straight to full TP. See that, guys? That's one strategy that I apply in some situations like this. Like if I think it's going to be bullish, I pretty much just do that. And then I wait for the next one because it's going to happen again probably. Like right here. Okay, same situation again right here. We get an opposite signal that's not in the direction of the trend. I put a buy stop right here so that when price comes up, it'll fill our order and we go automatically to TP. So like right there, stop loss at the swing right here at about 750 pips, something like that. And then as soon as it swings back up, it fills your order and then goes to TP. So I didn't go to TP right there. So you'd have to adjust your position right here. But that's something that I would use if I was looking for an entry. You know, stop loss might have been too tight on this trade, but that's one way to do it. So that's what I mean. Like for this right here, I probably wouldn't enter this. I'd probably put like a buy stop somewhere over here. But it would have to qualify to satisfy the requirements for this specific strategy. For this one, it just doesn't apply at this time currently, because the trend meter here would have to be green. So if it was green, then you take sells. If it was red, you take buys. But yeah, that's just for an example, guys. Don't do that right now. There's no entry there. I'm showing you guys how I would make it re-entry for this specific pair if I was looking for a buy. But yeah, guys, that's gold for you guys. But like I mentioned, I don't really recommend trading right now with the news all over like that. So let me just delete all that stuff, and then we'll move on to the next one. Let's see what else we got here. Flynn said, how come the K2 strategy isn't used for the K2 US 30 daily? Because the US 30 daily and the K2 pivots are totally different strategies, Flynn. That's why we don't use it, because the pivots are used to identify the trend, but we disregard trend when we use the daily strategy because we trade directly off momentum. Like how the strategy is used is, let me show you guys. how the daily strategy is used. So Flynn's asking why we don't use a certain indicator for this strategy. And the reason is really simple. Let me show you guys real quick. This was a back test I was running with Spencer yesterday. It was pretty cool. We ran this back test on the AUS 200. Basically, I was helping him develop the strategy, which is similar to the US 30 strategy. And the win rate was pretty high. We only trade during on the Aussie session. And basically, there's a whole bunch of TPs that were hit right here. So me and Spencer are working on that right now. It's something for Spencer to work on because he wants to trade different sessions. And Spencer's been killing it. So Spencer's one of the guys that's been, on point with like him, Mark, Jazz, whoever else is working on the London entries. They're working on developing their own strategies within K2. So this is possible, guys. Like they're using strategies that I haven't even taught, but they're using something that I've applied to US 30 to other indices that they like to apply. And they've been pretty profitable so far. So if you guys aren't in the London group, you guys, I don't know if Spencer's in here. Yeah, Spencer's in here right here. So we've been looking at those and he's been, everyone in there has been killing it with profits. Let me just pull it up real quick to see if there's like 100 and something. Yeah, there's a ton. So like here's Alec Gain. This dude locked in like 2,000 last night trading the London entry. I don't know if Spence wants me to share his profits, but he did pretty well too. He's been killing it. Yeah, I haven't seen Spencer share it in here, so I'm not going to share his unless he's cool with it. But yeah, guys, so let me go back to the US 30 strategy that I was going to explain to you guys. And I'm just going to go over what I was explaining to Flynn. So let me just pull up US 30 real quick. All right, Flynn. So basically, the way that the strategy works, obviously, is I'm just going to mark up the mornings so that we could, I can show you guys exactly, what I'm looking for and stuff like that. All right, so there's the morning from yesterday. All right, so this was yesterday's entry. Obviously all you guys were live with me yesterday. We all made a ton of profit off this trade. So basically for this trade right here, we, the way that the strategy works, there's only a few requirements. So this is the K2 daily US 30 strategy. So for one, you just want to look for entries after 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is the New York Stock Exchange Open. Number two, we identify the first valid K2 signal. And then third, enter on the open of following candle. And lastly, stop loss TP, 1,500 pips. All right, so the requirement's really easy, guys. So Flynn, this is why we don't use the pivots on here, because it's not part of the requirements. It's not necessary. You can use it if you want, but it's not necessary because we don't pay attention to the trend. The way that the strategy works is that we wait for the market to open. And then what we do is we wait for momentum to show itself. So once we identify the direction of momentum, we take the trade that way, obviously, right? So the thing is, if the trend is like right here, if you're looking at the trend right here, Flynn, so check this out. If you're looking at the trend right here, would you take a buy? Probably not, right? So if you didn't take a buy, you would have missed this trade completely. So that's why we don't look at the trend, because momentum trumps the trend for assets like US 30. This is a very news-driven, very session-driven asset. It's not like Forex where it goes back and forth. For US 30, during the New York session, it's going to go one direction or the other. You're either going to go up or you're going to go down. It might go sideways for a bit, but eventually it's going to go up or it's going to go down. It's not like Forex where it's going up and down, back and forth, where you could trade in the direction of the trend. So what we do is we just wait for the banks and institutions to make their move, right? So right here, this is when the market opened. If you're looking at price right here, a normal trader wouldn't look at this from a buy perspective, right? they're going to look at this from a sell perspective because it looks like it's in a clean downtrend. So price is trending down, and we're waiting for the big banks and institutions to push price in direction up or down. So once they do that, we just piggyback the ride. So price is going around, and you see price broke the structure right here. So when price broke the structure, that's when you have the momentum swing upwards. So right here, let me just turn on the pivots and see what it looks like. Yeah, so like right here, it's still being a downtrend because this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come up. So if you're looking at this from the pivots perspective, you're looking at it from a sell because the pivots haven't confirmed an uptrend yet. So in this situation, you might have skipped this trade because you're like, oh, this is probably going to pull right back down. So that's why we don't use the trend at all. So basically right here, going back to the requirements, we wait for the New York Stock Exchange to open at 6:30 a.m. We identify the first valid K2 signal, which would be right here. We enter on the open of the falling candle, which should be right here. And the sweet spot of 1,500 pips is what I figured out from my years of back testing. So right here, we have it all set up. And then now at this point, we just piggyback the ride of the banks and institutions, because what's happening here is they're pushing price up. So obviously, why would you go against the banks and institutions? You would just want to ride that wave with them and then jump off the wave as soon as it hits full TP. So if we let this run, there we go to full TP. And then at this point, we jump off the ship. We jump off, we let it do whatever it wants to do, and we take our profits. And that's pretty much what we did yesterday. This is pretty much what we did yesterday when we took our US 30 position. So you guys can see here that I called the US 30 with you guys live. Same trade that I just went over right now. Called it live right here. Showed my profits along the way, $400, $700, $1,000. You guys are following me live, like I was making profits. And then, I got kicked out of the trade, made some decent profit right here. And then got kicked out of the trade on 3 of my positions. So if you guys aren't familiar, I trade like 4 accounts. So that's why I have 4 different profits here. I made like, 4,500 for this week for that account, and this account 4,535. That's why the profits are different, because these are totally different accounts. And then also on my personal account, about 600 on that. And then, yeah, pretty much eventually, it hits full TP. So that's how the strategy works. That's why we don't use the pivots, because here's the thing, if you make it too complicated and you add too many things to your strategy, you're going to miss out on good trades. So that's why we keep it simple and we follow where the money moves. We don't try to go against it. A lot of people want to counter trend trade. For us, we like to trade with the trend. We like to trade with the momentum so that we can pretty much get in and out of this trade right away. Let's see. Flynn says, looks like there could have been a pivot entry on US 30 yesterday. Oh yeah, Flynn, weren't you in the group? Well, that's why we entered the trade, Flynn. I don't know if you exited the live yesterday, but the reason why we re-entered this trade was because of the pivot. Because what happened was we were in this trade, right? We were in this trade over here, and we got out at TP1. Like most of us got stopped out in profit. You might have left the live early yesterday, Flynn, because yesterday we were in this trade right here, and then we got kicked out of this trade over here. I don't know if you remember that, but when price came up to this point, we entered this right here, and we moved our stop loss right here. So when it came back down, we got out in profit. That's why over here, I only had about 1,000 in profit. So you saw my profit right here. I was like up 1,200, right? Because we got kicked out of this trade. And then what happened was we wanted a re-entry. So what we did was we applied the pivot strategy, and then you saw the pivot entry right here, right here. And then this is where we made the re-entry for the pivot. So I don't know if you were in the room yesterday, but we did use a pivot entry. That's what we did right here. And then we pretty much just wrote it back to full TP. So we hit our TP1, and then we re-entered and hit full TP up here. So we made double the profit. Let's see. Flynn said, when price retraced, the pivot entry could have been used. Yeah, that's what we did. That was the second entry. So if if you wanted to keep your position running, because the thing is, you don't have to adjust your stop loss. I think you're getting confused with it, because the thing is, this is what we did, but you could have kept this position running. If you didn't move your stop loss and profit for the original one down here, you'd have two positions. Yeah, okay, I see it. That makes sense. Yeah, because Flynn, you were here in the morning. That's why I was confused why you didn't cash that yesterday, because yeah, it looks like Flynn had to go to work yesterday. So if you're in the live with us yesterday, we actually did use the pivot entry to make a second entry, because we pretty much had the full TP on this one. And the situation right here is you can catch this for, full TP, and you don't have to move your stop loss. We move our stop loss because I trade, bigger accounts. So it makes more sense for me to lock in profits rather than try to hit this home run and risk hitting stop loss. So you could have entered this right here, and then you could have took another pivot entry right here and had another TP. You could have had another pivot entry right here, had another TP. You could literally do this all day. Look how many pivot entries you could have made. Again, right there, depending on where your stop loss was, might be at the swing right here, about 45 pips. So if you took that trade right there, another full TP, price swung up right here. There was a ton of entries. So if you took all these entries yesterday, you would have made 1,500 pips, 800 pips, another 800 pips, another 400 pips. You could have locked in maybe 3,000 or 4,000 pips yesterday. And if you're trading a mini lot, that's about $3,400 in profit. So, I mean, it's possible if you guys want to do that. Me personally, I'm just, I'm here to just make my profit and go along with my day. I'm not here to sit at the computer all day and take every single trade. Flynn said, K2 is killing US 30 with both strategies. Jerome Powell's getting mad. Man, Jerome Powell actually helped us out yesterday, because I was worried that it was going to spike up and down, and he actually moved it pretty smoothly. So thankfully that worked out. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, guys. So I was saying that price is probably going to continue up, and then once it rejects off some point, then we can take the sell. But we're going to wait for that to happen. Let me go back and look at the rest of the questions here. Jalicia said, that was me. I had that mark. Nice. So Jalicia actually locked in pretty much all of these profits here. I wish I would have taken these, but like I mentioned, guys, like, I've just been getting really busy because we have so many new members in K2 that I'm not really able to stare at the chart all day. And then we have mentoring sessions throughout the day as well. So if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies from me, like one-on-one, it's still available. Like I mentioned, if you go on the website, k2trades.com, we still have the trial going on. So just go to our website, k2trades.com, scroll down to the bottom, and then we still have the trial here, $50 for the first month. So if you guys have this, you'll have access to all the K2 courses, which cover all the strategies and all of my secrets, basically. You'll have access to all the K2 indicators. And on top of that, here's the course right here. So you can see on the course, it has all the strategies right here, the K2 official intraday strategy, momentum pullback strategy. I went over both of these today. The scalping strategies, the K2SR strategies. This is the one that I use for all of the K2 premium signals. So if you want to learn how I trade every signal, it's this strategy right here on the 4-hour time frame. And then the pivot strategy that we just talked about as well, it's available to you guys. And the US 30 strategy that we're going to be applying this morning. So if you guys aren't signed up to K2, you guys will have all of that, plus all of the K2 indicators, these vertical lines, and all of these zones over here. You'll have pretty much all these indicators. And then on top of that, you'll also have a one-on-one mentorship with me. So just keep in mind, guys, if you guys have been around or if you guys are new, the one-on-one mentorship, if you sign up now, it's unlimited. You guys could have unlimited sessions with me. If you sign up next year, we're getting way too busy. So I'm not going to be able to have any of those sessions with you guys on an unlimited basis. You'll have an X amount of sessions available, but it's not going to be unlimited because I'm just way too busy to, cater to everyone as we continue to grow every day. Let me keep going down these questions over here. Ark said, damn, I left after we won the first trade. I could have broke even in one day. I know you could have, Ark, if you re-entered that trade, but it's all right. Just take it as it is, because you know that the profits are going to come regardless. You just got to be patient and you got to stay consistent. Yadia said, can I use the indicator with my phone? Yeah, you do. You can have the TradingView ISO app. So if you pull it up on your phone, let me see if I could pull it up on my phone right now. Sorry, guys, dropped my phone. Yeah, so I'll pull up the my phone. So looking at my phone right here, you guys can see on my screen idea, you can see that I have everything marked up. So everything that's marked up on my chart shows up on my phone. So that's why we I mean, you're able to trade on your phone if you really wanted to. Oh, that's funny. I'm just looking at the chat right now because I guess this guy's trying to scam in the group, trying to sell this EA, and Wade's like, you're making so much noise with this robot. Nobody's interested, by the way. Man, Wade's hilarious, dude. Where's Aaron? Is he in here too? Jason said, is the trial going through December? Yeah, Jason. So the trial is going to be going through December, but it's probably not going to be available next year because this was only supposed to be available for the first year of K2. And I just decided to keep it up because I wanted everyone to, have the opportunity to learn everything for, a pretty cheap rate, $50. You guys have seen the profits that we've made this whole, like here, I save all of the profits here from all the K2 members. You can see Alkin right here. This dude locked in 2,000. Here's a Cheryl locked in 1,500. Spencer over here locked in 3,000. What else? Charles over here locked in 18,000 in like last week. It's funny. Charles has just been taking all of my trades. He's been taking every single US, like every signal that I sent out, and he's funded. He's on his funded 50K account, and this dude's up 18,000, and he's just copying my trades. He's not even using the strategy himself. Here's Sisuk over here with a couple thousand. Here's Mersabah right here, 273. This dude, he has more money in his trading account than he does his bank account. That's like how serious it is, guys. And $50, like what's $50, guys? You guys don't eat dinner, don't eat lunch for like 2 days, and you have that, and then you can make these profits like easily. Here's Sam K from yesterday. He made like 3,000. Everyone's killing it, guys. It's like insane how much profit everybody's making, and you can literally go back. So this is December 2nd. You go back every single day, everybody's making profit every single day. We're back in November 9. James over here with like 7,000 profit. Ed over here with 2,000 profit. You want to go back further? October 11. Arik over here, he passed his FTMO. See, this was like a great time for everyone. Like literally, you go back as far as you want. September, Tiffany over here, she made 10,000 profit. Everyone is killing it. So $50 is too much for someone. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys because I try to make it as cheap as possible. But yeah, Jason, this is probably going to be available up until the end of December, and I'm probably going to take it off because, we have to retain the value of K2, and there's just too many people taking advantage of it, and we just need to probably remove it by the end of the month. So if you guys want to sign up, you guys are more than welcome. It's just up to you guys because all the tools are available to you guys, including myself. And I'm going to be here to help you guys, reach your next level of trading. So that's it for that. Let me go back and take a look at everything else over here because it looks like I missed a couple questions as I was going down. Sorry about that if I did. Dang, guys, looks like we have a brush. I wish I could show you guys outside my office window. The sky's like bright orange. I think we have a brush fire going on here in Orange County again, like it was a couple weeks ago, but it looked kind of trippy. You kind of see in my background a little bit. All right, so let me go back to here again. Dominic said, K2 is great. Been following you guys for a while now. Are the currency pairs traded using the same strategy as US 30? So Dominic, looking at the strategy over here, the strategies, this strategy is only meant for US 30. So you're not supposed to use this for any other asset, but people do use it for other indices. So it's able to be used with other indices, but not for Forex pairs. If you want to trade Forex pairs, we have like 6 other strategies here for Forex that work on both Forex and indices. So we have the official intraday strategy. That's one. the momentum pullback strategy, that's 2. We have 3 scalping strategies here. That's 1, 2, 3, that's 5. And then we have the K2 SR strategy that makes 6. And then the K2 pivot strategy that makes 7 strategies for all Forex pairs. So don't use this on Forex because it doesn't work the same. The momentum's not there. The movement is just totally different for those 2 different assets. So I wouldn't use this strategy, but you can use every other strategy on any of the Forex pairs. So let me keep going down real quick. I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Eon's here from Australia. It's like every time Eon's here, it's like 1, 2 a.m. there. He said, let's go. It's bedtime here. I need 1 more TP before I finish my day 4 for 4. Nice. So let's go back to US 30 real quick. Like I mentioned, guys, it's still pushing up. So I'm going to wait for this to possibly push up to here. And then you can see that this is a strong point right here, guys. I think this is the high, right? Oh no, it's gone higher. But if it reaches this point and rejects down, so let me just show you guys an example of what happens. So right here, you can see when price rejected from this point, right? It followed by a sell signal. So if I delete this, you can see price rejected from this area, like it's probably going to do here. And then it was followed by a sell signal. So when it's followed by a sell signal, it ended up shooting way down here. If you guys want to measure how many pips that is, if we entered the sell from this point, so sell right here, stop loss above the structure, and you rode this way down here, you would have locked in nearly 3,400 pips in profit. So we're waiting for the same thing here. We're waiting for price to come up, reject off this point, and then pretty much ride this thing down, like way down here. So that's pretty much the move. Hopefully, it comes up soon because I know you need to get some sleep. It's probably like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. there, and I appreciate that you you hop on this live with me every morning. But yeah, hopefully that comes soon so you can take that trade and you can go to sleep. Okay, let's see. Velocity said US 30 is only momentum. FX pairs is 24-hour trading zone trading. Yeah, exactly, Velocity. Wave Bum said, I'm not understanding the market execution. Wave, so which, sorry, I literally just got to your question. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by market execution. Basically, if you're talking about the US 30 strategy, I'm not sure if you're talking about the daily entry or you're talking about the pivot entry, but the entries are always the same. It's always going to be on the open of the following candle. So if you were taking this entry over here for yesterday's US entry we took, basically what you're doing here is, sorry guys, I'm gonna close my window. There's definitely a brush fire here. It smells like shit. Man, I smell the fire here in Orange County. But yeah, wave bumps. So basically, not just for this strategy, but for all the strategies, it's really simple. All you need to do is you wait for the candle to close, and then as soon as it closes, you can enter a buy position. Or if you're entering a sell, you wait for the candle to close, then you enter a sell position. But your entry is supposed to be right after. So the thing is, if price is above it, so if you enter late, price is above it, it's going to be a buy limit. Because if, I'm not sure if you understand how order types work, but if price is above it, then it's going to be a buy limit. If price is below it, it's going to be a buy stop. If you want to enter market as soon as it closes, you can do that as well. You know, there's a ton of different ways to do it. It just really depends on the time of your entry and, you know, the type of order that you're trying to enter as well. But yeah, maybe if you can be a little more detailed with your question. I don't see it on here right now. So if you can, I can go more in detail with that. All right, the next, the Black Jadarity, he said to ask, he's asking for GBP USD. So let's pull up GU real quick. So this is GU right here. Price is breaking the structure. Let me see if there's a higher zone. Sorry guys, my throat's like tightening up because there's a fire here in my area. So I could like taste the smoke and it's like Let me get some water real quick. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, we get these random brush fires here in Orange County. It's like, it's freaking annoying. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna look for the higher structures here because we don't have anything that's higher. So I want to see where the next rejection point is. So we do have, all right, so looking at GU right here, it's reaching a resistance point. So for GU, this technically would have been an entry right here, but I wouldn't take it because it's too close to the next zone. Looking at GU right here. So basically price broke this structure right here and broke this structure again. So I wouldn't have taken this trade because it's too close to this next structure, and price is breaking this structure right here. So it'd be an opportunity for a long position, but it's too close to this next structure up here as well. It's about 20 pips away. It's not enough space for me to really want to take this trade, because what could happen here is price can push up. Once he reaches the structure, it can either reject off it or it can break through. So I personally wouldn't take it just because of where it's at right now. We already hit full TP on our GU, I think, this week. Let me see where GU is. Yeah, so our GBP USD, we took the other entry right here. We took when it broke the other structure, and we hit full TP here for 80 pips. So after that, we were waiting for price to break structure again. So we're pretty much just waiting for this to break above here. And then once it breaks above there, then it'll provide for a better entry because we can ride this thing even higher. We don't want to enter it where it's too close right here, because like I mentioned, when price reaches the zone, it can reject at any point. It can reject from here. It can reject from here. It can reject from like literally anywhere. So it's just too risky to take this trade right now because it can reject at any point. So that's why we wouldn't take this trade. There's just no entry at this time. Here, let me go and redraw these zones real quick because the zones look kind of messy. I think price has moved a lot since then. So I'm just going to redraw these zones on here. Make sure I'm only drawing like the critical ones once we get higher. So got this right here. And then we got this upper zone. So like, yeah, lastly, we just need to get that zone that's a little higher. Actually, I guess the zones were fine. It's just, it was a messy markup because the zones are so close to each other. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. But even at that point, see, the zone right here would have been too far out. So I probably wouldn't trade a GU right now. There's too many points of rejection where it could reject from. So there's really no point in trading GU right now until it breaks like way up here. So I'm probably not going to trade GU until like maybe next week or the week after that. Because even once it reaches this area right here, there's going to be a ton of areas where it can just reject from because there's multiple zones within here. So I personally wouldn't trade GU right now. We already made profit off it. And you don't have to trade like one pair all the time, guys. That's like one thing that a lot of people get stuck on. They just trade like one or two pairs. And then, you know, when there's no entry there, they try to force entries and they end up losing. Like if you look at our watch list, we have like 24, 28 pairs here. So I don't have to focus on just one pair. If there's nothing for GU, I'll go to like AU, where we currently are right now. If there's nothing for AU, I'll go to EU, because these pairs all correlate. But the thing with these pairs is that there's no structure in the way to get in the way of our trades. Like I could trade NU. There's a ton of different pairs that you can trade that move similar to GU that aren't in like these risky little areas right here. Because even though they correlate, they could still move different. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to move in the same direction. But yeah, Jerry, this is pretty much how I see GU right now. I think it's too risky to trade. I personally wouldn't trade it, especially with, let's see if there's news next week. Should be. Wow, it's a pretty clear trading week next week, unless there's something that comes up late, because it's still early. So it's only the 3rd. Maybe over the weekend there'll be more news that comes up. But yeah, there's a ton of US news. So this is going to affect, obviously, GU. So I personally wouldn't take GU right now. I mean, it's still bullish, but like I mentioned, it's going to push up and then it could reject at any point. So me personally, I wouldn't trade it right about now. Let's see. Ed said, morning, bro. Quick update on my gold position. Wow. Ed's up 4,912. Let me see Ed's picture from earlier. Let's see. Oh, Aaron's right here, said send link. Let me, Aaron wants to hop in on this chat with us. Let me grab the link for him. So if you guys know Aaron, he used to run K2 with me before. Kind of went and did his own thing, but we're all good. Let me send this to Aaron real quick. Aaron's gonna hop on this chat real quick with us. See what's going on over here in this. Man, I don't know if you guys are looking at the public chat, but Aaron's over here messing with these guys. Oh, here's Aaron right here. Yeah, what's up, Aaron?
Yo, what's up, bro?
I was just looking at the public chat right now.
They get the premium too.
The premium too. Let me see. the Union Cartel. Oh man, you guys are funny. If you guys are on the live, can you tell Shawn to send me the Zoom link? Yeah, no, I just saw your message right now, bro. My bad. Yeah, are you looking at any trades right now?
Bro, US 30, and I've been scalping gold all morning.
Yeah, I'm waiting for US 30 right here to come up and reject off this point.
Yeah, exactly. Because I see it coming up at least like. Oh, she already hit my TP. Oops.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to hit this point and then waiting for that sell signal to follow so I can take this entry right here because it'd be a double top. Go through these questions real quick. What else we got here? Yeah, exactly. So Spencer mentioned about GU too. That was what I was talking about, Spencer, for GU. There's a lot of zones right here. So the thing with GU is that there's just a lot of areas of rejection. So it's not something that I would take right now. I would just trade something else like AU or EU or NU or even UCAD or even UJ. It's really up to you. But yeah, I probably wouldn't mess with GU right now. It's one of the questions we got here. We got Dominic said, does US 30 strategy also work for the DAX? Yeah, it works, Dominic. I mean, I haven't tested it. You might want to join the London room to talk to him about it because I haven't tried DAX, but it probably does work during London Open. Let me see what else we got here. Forex Trader said, loving the vids every morning, Shawn. And good to have you here, bro, because I haven't seen you in a while. You used to post your profits in their group like every day. You're making like a ton. So I was wondering where you went. Sam said, same here, learning new stuff every day. Nice. Tisa said, what's your preferred broker for US 30? So Tisa, I trade on FTMO, which uses LMAX. So if you want to use LMAX, you can, but it requires, let me go pull it up, LMAX. It requires a heavy deposit. So this is LMAX. It's an institutional broker. So you get really tight spreads. You can see here all the spreads are under 1 pip. But I think they require like a 10, let me see, account FAQ. They require a minimum capital. So you need at least 10,000 to open an account with LMAX. But if you do have that amount, this broker is really good because it gives you the best spreads. Like you can't go wrong with LMAX. It's like zero spread for some pairs. even New York session right here. Yeah, you can see here that everything is under 1 pip. It's a great spread. So if you can afford it, LMAX would be my recommendation for US 30. Yeah, Aaron, is there a fire in Irvine right now or in
Yes, it is. Like Chino Hills area. I'm like, damn, every time I look, bro, California is weird, bro. Like every time I look up, we have fires.
Yeah, because I was walking Kai earlier and I went outside and I was like, man, all the fire doors are closed. And then it smelled like fire. And then I realized there's like a brush fire. Because then I'm looking at the sky like out my office window and it's like straight orange, bro. Straight orange. Weird.
It's clear out here, but yeah, every time I look up, it's a fire somewhere, bro. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, exactly. So what else we got here? We got what?
We had like 10 fires this year.
Oh, I know, bro. It's crazy. It's nuts. Let's see. Flynn said US 30 is going to drop hard. Can't wait. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm waiting for the same thing, Flynn.
Really a nice swing trade, bro. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm literally just waiting for it to reject off this point. I don't think it's going to go much higher. I mean, it could go higher. Look at the highest point was 3,214. So it technically could push a little higher.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going to try.
My 4 GPU is at it's just 20 more points, or actually 10 more points. It's about to hit in a few seconds.
Oh, you're in a buy right now?
Yeah, I bought it after it broke. It formed like a little resistance around 29,951.
Nice, bro. Yeah, I think this is going to be the highest zone for
Yeah, my next zone is around the same, pretty much the same area you have your zone at.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's as high as it goes.
I don't know, but that candle was just a little bit too strong for me, that 1 hour candle.
Bro, it was crazy. When the market opened, it spiked down a bit. So it went up and then it spiked. Like right here, we thought it was going to come down already, but then it didn't. But yeah, this current candle right here is kind of strong. So I'm just gonna have to wait for it, see how it plays out. Susan said, you mentioned Forex. What is the difference between K2 and Forex? Susan, so K2 is it's a company. It's the thing that we trade. It's the strategy that we use. Forex is just it's an asset that you trade. So Forex is short for foreign exchange. You basically trade currencies. I mean, there's indexes within the Forex market as well. But yeah, K2 and Forex they're totally different things. K2 is a strategy. Forex is actual asset that we trade. Yudia said, what do I do after I download TradingView on my phone? So Yudia, after you download TradingView on your phone, you're going to have to sign up for an active subscription, because you can only have access to the K2 indicators if you have an active subscription to the K2 strategies. So after you download that, you can go to the website k2trades.com, and then you can just scroll down to the bottom. So this is what it looks like when you go to k2trades.com, and then you just scroll down to the bottom, and then you can sign up for the trial right here. So once you have the trial, you'll have access to the indicators, and there'll be directions there explaining how to do everything and how to use everything. See everything else here. Skullastrate's here. Say good morning, everyone. Hello, Shawn. Newbie here. Jalicia put me on. Nice, Jalicia. So you got other people on here too. Welcome to have you here, Skullastrate. You'll definitely make some profits trading with us here, as long as you follow Jalicia's her directions, because she's been making more profits than me lately, and I'm kind of jealous. Let's see if she posted some stuff recently, because she posted the last stuff that she posted was like, did you see the markup that she made, Aaron?
You said what? Oh yeah, she stay killing it, bro. Every time I hop on, she make bread.
Yeah, she's always making a ton of profit, man. She's killing it like day in, day out. Let me see.
My cash out, bro.
Yeah, she's always sending these markups, and I'm like, damn, she's catching like every single trade.
Literally.
And I'm like jealous, bro. I'm like, man, why can't I do that? She's up like all day though. So it's like, yeah, I feel like Jalicia is up like 24/7. Because I remember someone in the group was asking like, damn, Jalicia, you trade every session. Do you ever sleep? And she said she sleeps in intervals. So she sleeps like Oh, it's right here. I get up in intervals. So she's up like whenever the money's moving. But yeah, right here. So Jalicia marked this up the other day. She took the London entry, full TP. She took the New York entry, full TP. She took the London entry again, full TP, New York entry, full TP, Asia entry, full TP. So she took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and she locked in $2,177. That's crazy. So Jalicia is killing it. She might be doing better than me, honestly, because she's taking so many trades that she's just locking in those profits back to back to back. So it's good. Let's see. Burgess said, I'm in the trade. I have GU going at 1.35. Cool. So let's pull up GU real quick. Oh, you should be fine with that, Burgess. So you're going to 1.35. You're completely fine because it's within the zone right here. And 1.35 is like way right here. So you're going to hit full TP. And then it's probably going to push through even farther to reach this next zone over here. So you should be good, Burgess, if you're in that trade. And then you should be all right. So let's see. See Fung's here. Fung said, hi, Shawn. I got my access on K² Trading View indicator. Do I need to make any changes to the settings on the indicator or just leave it as default? So Fung, you could just leave them as default. There's a few little changes that I personally make for my own account, but they're not 100% necessary. Like I'm just going this testing chart right here. For the K2 SR indicator where I draw my zones, normally by default, this indicator is set to what is it? Set to like 100, right? So right now I have it set to 2000 so that it crosses across the entire board. So you can see that the lines go across. The default settings are like 100, I think. So if you do that, they get cut off. So they're not fully extended out. So that's the only main difference that I use for mine. You can even add it to like 1,000 or like I mentioned, I have them straight out to 2,000 because I want them to stretch out across the entire screen so that I can see where price is going to go, as it continues on further. So that's pretty much the only thing that's really changed for the K2SR. Also, depending on what session or what strategy you're applying, the trend meter right here can be changed as well. I have it set to the intraday settings, which is fine. It's going to be 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, so that I can see exactly where the trend's going, for the rest of the day. However, you can change this to the lower time frames if you're scalping, or if you're swing trading, you can change it to the higher time frames as well. So it's really up to you how you want to apply it, but there's no required changes that need to be made to the indicators. They all work perfectly fine as they are with default settings. Let's go back to US 30 real quick. All right, this thing's still pushing up right here. So we'll leave that alone for a bit until we get that signal. See what else we got here. Delraj said, could you please look at odd CHF and GBP CHF? Yeah, sure. So let's pull up odd CHF first. All right, looking at odd CHF right here. Let me zoom out from this thing. I'm going to turn the momentum indicator, make sure the zones are on properly. So we don't have a zone right here anymore. Delete that. So yeah, Dilraj, so looking at odd CHF right here, zones are on proper. We have a bearish momentum right now. So we have a bearish bias right here. Price broke this structure and then it retraced up a bit, which is normal because what happened here was this was a big spike down. So it usually fills the gap a bit. It's about like 60 pip drop. So what I see happening here is it's probably going to come back down, and you can put like a late sell entry right here to pretty much catch this as it continues down further. So you can probably do that right there. I mean, this would be a decent entry, I think. But with NFP tomorrow, I don't know if this is going to come down like that. This might, trigger right there and then come down full TP, or it can probably just go sideways for the rest of the week, because this is a slow moving pair. If you're familiar with all the CHF pairs like odd CHF, GBP CHF, they both move really slow. They're a consolidating pair. So like you can see right here that they go sideways for a long time before they break out in a certain direction. So right here, this could be a possible entry if price breaks below here. So if price breaks below this structure, then you can take a short position. However, if price breaks above here and you get a buy signal like we did right here, then you can take a long position. So it just really depends on where price moves from out of this zone, because price is just going sideways right now. It can literally go up or it can go down. So if it goes down, we have a bearish bias right now because the previous signal was a sell signal, right? So we're anticipating this to come down further. However, if we get a buy signal, kind of similar to right here, buy signal, break structure, you take a long position right here, full TP, right? So that's pretty much my analysis for this, because where price currently is, there's no confirmation if it's going to go up or go down, but we do have a bearish bias. So we're waiting for this to come down until we get a buy signal. Once we get a buy signal, then we're going to look for buys. But until then, we're still looking for sells until, momentum is shifted upwards. So that's pretty much it for odd CHF right there. Let's pull up GBP CHF. GBP CHF, there was an entry right here. We missed this entry because there was news this morning. So that's why we didn't take this entry. But technically, this would have been a long position from right here because price broke below here, then it broke above the structure. It closed. We had a buy signal. So we would have anticipated this to reach this next zone over here, 35 pips. So right here for GC, we're anticipating this to shoot up from this point up to this next zone right here. And then once it reaches the zone, it can either break above it and continue further, or it can reject off here and head back down. So there's a couple different scenarios that can play out here, but we do have the bullish bias because we have that bullish signal right there. And I do anticipate it to continue up further to at least test this next structure right here. So that's something to look out for GC. But yeah, that's pretty much it for those two. Let's keep moving on forward, see if there's anything else here that we can see. Mark said UK 100 have, oh, nice. So, Spencer passed FTMO. Nice. Spencer, too. I didn't realize you passed FTMO. I didn't see that in your message. I know you messaged me last night, super excited. It was funny because Spencer messaged me last night, like at 2 a.m. He was asking me if everything was okay this morning, but I was like, yeah, bro, it was 2 a.m. I was asleep. But he was just excited because he made a huge profit. But yeah, I didn't realize you passed FTMO. Congrats, Spencer. So Spencer's on his way to getting a funded account. And if he just continues to do what he's doing, it's just more profit. I know Spencer was telling me he wanted to get a Model X, like my Tesla. It's a great car. So I can't wait for you to get that. There's a couple other people in the group that are getting it too. I think Samir is getting a Model X as well. So, welcome to the Tesla family once you guys get those Model X's. And you guys are going to love the car, bro. It's my favorite car ever. And, the doors that go up, what can you say about that? It's amazing. Let's see what else we got here. Nice. So Spencer said he's in profit. Could you redo GU because maybe have my zone drawn? So yes, Spencer, I did go over GU again. I'm not sure if you saw my analysis of it again, but yeah, these are my zones right here. And I do see it coming up further, but once it reaches this point, it might reject off it. So it's a bit of a risky trade to take, but if you are in a buy, I'd probably move your stop loss as it reaches this next zone, which is at about 1.3516. All right, guys, I'm just checking on US 30 real quick. It's coming back down. So we had that rejection right there. Real nice. After this rejection, we could see that sell signal. And then once we see that sell signal, we can ride that position down. So we'll keep looking at this. I do have my alert set up, so we can go ahead and take a look at that a little later. So let's see what else we got over here next. Mark said, no, we will not be trading DAX. Yeah, so in the UK London room, they use they only trade UK 100 because the DAX is just too expensive to trade. A lot of people can blow their accounts really quickly trading that. So I don't recommend trading the DAX. You should probably just stick with the UK 100 with the rest of the group because they've been killing it, and you can make just as much profit trading that asset as well. Morning Wax, how's it going? Damien said on a 10K FTMO challenge account, what lot size would be safe to use for trading US 30? So let me see. Yeah, Damien, if you're going to be trading a 10K, I don't know what your max. Let me pull up FTMO real quick. I'm trying to figure out what your max daily loss is. All right, I'm pulling up FTMO right now. Let's see where we're at. All right, so you got a 10K account, normal USD. So you could only lose 500 a day. So if you're losing 500 a day, you could probably, I'm trying to think, 500 a day, you could probably lose. So this is going to be a standard lot, 1.00 times 1500. You probably use a 3 lot. So let me see. Yeah, so Damien, you can use between a 1 and 3 lot size. A 3 lot's going to be pushing it, so we should probably just do it between a 1 and 2 lot. That's going to be the 2 lot size free. So just use between a 1 and 2 lot for US 30, because if you're using a 1 lot, you're only risking 150 per trade. But if you're using a 2 lot, if you're using a 2 lot, you're going to be risking 300 per trade. So you're still going to be within your max daily loss. So you can take that one trade a day, you'll make 300 or you lose 300 and you'll be fine. You won't fail your FTMO. So if you're doing a 10K account, you're going to have to stick between a 1 and 2 lot size. I'd probably just use a 2. It should be fine for you because our win rate's so high. It's not really going to be, anything too crazy. Looking at US 30, US 30 is pretty dead right now, guys. I thought it was going to be moving a lot faster, but it is NFP tomorrow, so that's probably why it's moving so slow. Let me go ahead over here real quick. Flynn said LeVar Ball's house is on fire in Chino. It's funny. Let's see, John said there's a big fire somewhere in Orange County. The sun's giving out an orange glow. Yeah, John, exactly. I noticed it this morning when I was walking Kai. I smelled smoke and I thought I was at my place, but then I looked outside and the sky was orange, so I figured there was a fire going on outside. Let's see. Sisuk said scalp a little this morning on a buy, waiting for that drop. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what Aaron's doing as well. He's in a buy currently, but it looks like it might be dropping soon because it is reaching this zoned area right here. So we'll see how far it goes. I mean, it might push up a little farther and then it might reject off some point over here. And then once we get that sell signal, we'll be ready to go. To sleep is for poor people. Attack Asia, London, New York session. PS 15 minutes until I'm hitting bed. It's 12 a.m. Yeah, Yunan's here late pretty much every day. Because I know like once it hits 10, when we get that late entry, he's like still up and he's like, bro, it's 2 a.m. here. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Let's see. Mark said UK 100 is a 2,500 USD risk, and the New York Stock Exchange is 1,500 risk. That's 4K, no room for risking anything else. Exactly. That's really smart, Mark. You're really on point with the breakdown. Once you have the breakdown of how everything is calculated and you have a calculated risk for each trade, it just opens up a lot of opportunity. Ed said got stopped out with 4,000 pips in profit for gold. Nice. Damn. Yeah, I was going to look up Ed's profit. I think he sent it to me yesterday. Let's see. Oh, yeah, because the last time you sent me your gold profits, you were up like 300, 500. So you should be up pretty high right now. Nice. Let's see what else we got here. Just want to make sure everything here is. I just saw the chat right now. you and Wade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. Let's see what are the reward risk for Asia? City, we don't have an Asia strategy. I mean, you can use it if you want, but I don't recommend it. Me and Spencer are still looking at it. We just looked at it yesterday, so we haven't really figured that out yet. We were trying to figure out where's a good place to put the stop loss, but we haven't decided on that yet. I think Spencer was thinking about, well, me and Spencer were looking at like the previous swings, or with enough back testing, um, we'd be able to figure out what's a sweet spot. Like for US 30, I have a sweet spot of 1500 pips, but that's only because I back tested it like 20 years back, 10, 20 years back to see what was like the sweet spot where price would hit. Um, but for the Aussie, it's going to take some time for us to figure out, what's the sweet spot. All right, here we go. US 30 starting to drop. Just waiting for that sell signal. And we could ride this thing. Yeah, man. Do you ever take any of those sleeping pills, like what I forgot what it's called, melatonin?
Hell no.
I took that last night, and that shit knocked me out. I couldn't even get up this morning. I kept hitting snooze, like I couldn't even pull myself out of bed. I was like, damn.
Bro, it's freezing outside, man.
Yeah, because I can't sleep at night, bro. I'm always thinking about money, man. I want to stay up and I want to take these trades, but I'm like, I need sleep.
Man, for real.
So I don't. If I don't sleep, I could keep taking these trades. If not, then I end up crashing in the morning. Let's see.
Nice swing trade, bro. Just hold this for like 2 weeks.
Man, you're crazy, bro. Crazy. You changed, bro. Oh, there we go. US 30. All right, Michelle, we got that sell signal. All right, guys, I'm ready.
Wait,
So now this time, what'd you say?
wait, did it come up? The sell signal?
Yeah, but it did, but it disappeared. We got like 8 minutes left on this candle. But I'm gonna stay looking at it because what happened yesterday was I was analyzing something and I missed the freaking trade because we were looking at something else.
Mm.
I mean, we didn't miss it, but we just made it where we barely caught it. If
Yeah.
not, we would have missed it. I'm gonna keep looking at this for right now, guys. And get my MT4 ready.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Sparkling water, bro. Some fire.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna have an energy drink, but I was like, man, it's too early for an energy drink.
Yeah, this 1 hour candle closes like this, it's for sure going down.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it's at this like new high right here, so I'm expecting it to come down.
At least one or 200 points. A nice swing trade.
Exactly. So let's see what I'm doing with this right now. Mark said melatonin doesn't put you to sleep; it keeps you asleep. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Tam said my wife takes those all the time, Shawn, when I'm working overnight. LA Jack, they really do, because I needed something to help me sleep last night because I'm always on the charts, and I never want to get off the charts, and I kind of just got to force myself to sleep. And the problem is, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to trade in the morning, to my full capability. So it's like I got to find a way to get me to sleep. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take those again because that thing kind of jacked me up this morning. I got up like 30 minutes late, and then everyone was messaging me like, "Hey, you okay? You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I was just sleeping." But I think we should be good. Okay, so we're waiting for this to close out. We got 6 minutes left. Almost there. And it's like ironic because I'm so sleepy. Even after having that crazy deep sleep last night. All right, we got 6 minutes left on the candle, guys. It's pushing down pretty hard. So I think if it continues to push down, we'll have that signal. I don't know if it'll close with this candle. It might close on the second one, but regardless, we are going to probably going to be taking this trade.
Yes, sir. Oh, man.
Yeah, and you still young there?
There we go.
There we go. We got that signal, guys. Now we just need this to close.
We got 7 minutes, bro.
7 minutes.
I'm tired, bro. Like my body was. I'm getting sick, I think.
Yeah, bro. The weather is kind of weird. So it gets cold and it gets hot and it's cold.
It was freezing last night, bro.
Oh, I know, right? It was really cold last night and it was really windy. And I woke up this morning, it was hot. Well, I mean, it wasn't hot, but it wasn't cold because of this fire.
Yeah, it should close, bro.
Yeah.
6 minutes.
Let's see. Yeah, man. It's just a freaking it's a countdown. We got 5 minutes. The thing's crazy because it could be like way up here, and then on the last minute it'll just shoot down like crazy, and then it'll fill, or it'll close with the signal. But then I just gotta be patient because sometimes we'll enter early and then it'll like pull back a bit, like way up here, and then it'll come back down, and then you're like, damn, I should just waited. Got 4 minutes left on this candle. Let's see. So what else we got here? All right, man. Let's wait for this right here. Yeah, so it's pulling back up right now, but we're gonna I'll come back to it. Let me just go look at the next question. So we got Ash is asking about how's EJ looking. I think EJ swung down because the COVID news. So yeah, it did swing down right here. Obviously, LA's going back into lockdowns. Hey, Aaron, are you guys locked down in LA or in Carson?
I think so. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you guys didn't go out at all, huh?
Yes, sir. Aren't you guys on lockdown too?
No, Orange County don't care.
Oh yeah.
They we still got bars open. We were going to bars like a couple days ago. Last week I went to a bar. Um, they still got a lot of stuff open here. I don't think they really care out here. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they.
But did you have your mask on?
But I did. But it was weird because you went there and the bars close at 9 because they have that curfew.
Close at 9.
Yeah, they close at 9, and you just go there and it's weird because you're at the bar like at 7, and then you have all these regulars there, especially in Newport. We went to like one of these dive bars, like a biker gang in there. I was like, oh, so this is what people do during the day at the bars. They just hang around and play pool. Damn, this is the zone right here. So yeah, looking at EJ right now, Ash, it looks like it's currently within a zone. It's currently within a zone. We got a check on US 30. This doesn't look like we're gonna get a signal. We might have to wait for the next one. But yeah, looking at EJ right here, if this sell signal closes and price closes below this zone, then we can take a short position right here to this next area down there of like 80 pips. So this is pretty much how I see EJ right now, Ash. I would wait for it to close below the zone, and then if it does and it closes with that sell signal, we can pretty much write it down to the next zone right here, hit full TP before it rejects off it. So that should be good right there with EJ. See what else we got here. Oh, damn it. Aaron, did you see US 30? That thing just swung right back up.
I seen. Well, I'm looking at gold right now. Gold might it may continue down.
Think so?
Yeah.
What else we got here? Braden said, I'm new, just jumping in and ask about GU. So yeah, we can pull up GU. We already analyzed it earlier, so I'm just gonna reiterate what we talked about earlier. We analyzed it a couple times today, actually. So GU's right here. It's currently, why do I have double zones on here? Sorry guys, let me fix this real quick. It's because when I pull up TradingView on my phone, it ends up drawing these double zones on here for whatever reason. I got to make sure not to open TradingView on my phone. The fuck? It's weird. I might just have to redraw these zones. Here, whatever. I'll just redraw the zones real quick because and I gotta stop opening TradingView on my phone because it just keeps messing it up. So the thing with GU right here is that it's reaching an upper zone right now, or it's probably gonna reject off it. But I'll redraw the zones right here just to fix this so it's not all messy. Let's see, US 30. Yeah, no signal there. So I'm gonna pull up US 30 again in a little bit, guys. Once we get that signal going, and then once we do, we can take that trade. Should be good to go.
Oh man.
I wonder if David's in here. I haven't seen David all morning. Is Ron Mexico in here? Where you at, Ron Mexico?
Wow, that's crazy. US 31 right back up. Hey, so if you were to get a buy signal, would you buy? Or too risky?
Maybe. Yeah, actually it's too risky. I don't know if I would take that. Or actually I would, but then I'd move my stop loss and profit. Yeah, like if we did get a buy, but the thing is we wouldn't get it because we already had a buyer over here. So if we were to get, say if we got like a false sell, right? We got like a fake sell signal, and then we got a buy, then I might take it maybe. But maybe not because the thing is, these actually we got a lot of space here, bro. It's like enough to hit full TP still, or almost at least TP1. But yeah, it is risky, so I probably wouldn't take it, but it would just depend on the circumstances. But yeah, going back to G over here. Find the upper zone. All right, we got all the zones ready. I'm gonna hide this. All right, Brayden, select. Yeah, looking at GU right here. Brayden said, I have a 10-year trend line that was just broken. Yeah, the thing with this push up is because of it's because of the news. This is all like news driven right now because you can see that GU was consolidating for a good minute right here. And the reason for this push up was because if you look at CNBC, there's a lot of stay-home orders being sent out, and then there's the hospitalization cost is 100,000. There's a lot of bad COVID news. So the thing is, when there's bad COVID news, the U.S. dollar is going to be weak because a lot of businesses are going to have to close. So the U.S. dollar is going to be weak, and if they give a stimulus, it's going to be weak as well. So there's a lot of different factors that are factoring into that. I wouldn't base it off the trend line because we're in a different time right now. It's not, there's COVID. So there's most stuff is being pushed because of COVID news or because of unemployment data. This week is NFP. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with like how to analyze news, but it is NFP week. The unemployment rate is going to be higher, I'm assuming, because businesses are going to be shutting down for, obviously for COVID and stuff like that. So right here, the previous is 638. They're anticipating it to be lower, but I think it's going to be higher. So all of the data here has indicated that the US dollar is weak right now. So that's why all of the USD pairs are pushing up. So if you look at USGU right here, it's pushing up, right? You look at AU, it's pushing up. They're all correlate because the US dollar is weak right now. You look at EU, AU, GU, it doesn't matter which USD pair you look at, they're all pushing up because the US dollar is weak right now. USD CAD is coming down because the Canadian dollar is stronger than the US dollar. UJ price is going down because the US dollar is weak. So I wouldn't base, it's fine to base your analysis off the trend line, but the thing is the technicals aren't going to be respected if news is going to be pushing price up, due to new updates with regard to coronavirus. So even though it's heading up right here, the problem with GU is that it's reaching a resistance right here. It's reaching this zone up here. So the problem with this is that once it reaches this point, it's either going to reject off it or it's going to continue up. So there's two scenarios there. So you're basically flipping the coin, whether it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. So if you take a buy, you might get caught up in this. If you take a sell, you might get caught up in the push back up. And if you look at GU and you compare it to the other USD pairs, so if I take everything off the chart, like this off the chart, you can see that from this period right here, November 22nd to December 1st, it was in consolidation, right? It wasn't moving in correlation with the other USD pairs right here, because you can see from the 22nd to December 1st, it was bullish, right? Bullish move for AU. Looking at EU right here, from the 22nd to December 1st, it was bullish. Looking at G right here, same exact time period, it was just going sideways. So you can see that it doesn't directly correlate. So even though all the other pairs are going up, AU, EU, NU, UCAD, UJ, if they're all going the same direction and GU is going sideways, doesn't necessarily mean that because they're going up now, GU is also going to go up as well. So you kind of have to tie in these other factors. There's a lot of other factors that go in, and it's not just technicals, because even though there's a trend line here, I'm not sure. Let me see. You said you had a 10-year trend line. Yeah, but I do see the trend line that you're talking about. You're saying that it's let me see, because I was looking at that as well. I'm trying to look at the 10-year trend line. I'm not sure what you used to identify that, but if I go on the let's go on the monthly. Yeah, so you might have had this marked up right here. So this is probably what you had marked up, right? You had this trend line from here to here, and it did break it. But yeah, like I mentioned, we're in a different time this year. It's not like how it was, last year or the year before, but it did break the trend line right there, like you mentioned, and it could probably continue up. But you can see right here, the last time it broke the trend line, it came up slightly, and then it came crashing back down. So that could happen again right here. Price can come up, and then it could come crashing down from here as well. So, there's a lot of different factors to factor in, but just keep in mind that we're in a different time now. It's not like normal market where things move smoothly from season to season. It's, everything's based off COVID. So that's why I don't really swing trade right now. I'm more so an intraday trader, because I'm not sure how price is going to move, a week from now, a month from now, because you don't know what's going to happen with COVID and stuff like that. Brayden said, thank you. No, basically due to the virus and numbers coming out and unemployment. Yeah, definitely, Brayden, no problem. But yeah, like I mentioned, the trend line is a good, starting point for you to identify the direction of price and the direction of trend. But I would also factor in a lot of other things, because unemployment data is going to affect the market. We're also in the winter. There's also COVID news. So the market's going to be slow during the winter, possibly, until there's new COVID news that launches. So say there's good COVID news, right? Businesses reopen. This is going to come spiking down. If they say, oh, we're going back into lockdown, unemployment's at all-time high, it's going to keep pushing up, because the U.S. is going to have to provide stimulus for the U.S. citizens, and the value of the U.S. dollar is going to go down. So that's just a quick overview of GU and the U.S. dollar in general. But yeah, there's a couple of different factors that play in with regard to analyzing specific US dollar pairs. Oh, nice. Okay, I see. So Brayden pulled his line at 2007. Nice. So we got over here. All right, cool. See you in a bit, Aaron. Let's see what else we got here. Jess said, your yawns are contagious, lads. I know, man. Aaron loves to yawn, bro. Whenever we had webinars before, Aaron be yawning the whole webinar. So we got, price is still up here for US 30, guys. So we're just being patient right now, waiting for this to reject off it and provide a sell signal so we can enter. But it's going to be a waiting game, guys. You just have to be patient. Try not to enter too early. because we never really know. See what else we got here. Flynn said, will you move out of California because of fire, earthquakes, and taxes? Not necessarily for fires and not necessarily for earthquakes, but yes, for taxes. That's probably going to be the main thing that will be driving me away from California. I've already been looking like in Vegas. I've been looking like in Arizona, but I just haven't made the move, because I've been rooted here in California my whole life. And I did go to Arizona last week. I was actually going out there looking at some property. I'm thinking about buying like an apartment complex out there. So I went out there. It was okay. I mean, it was during like normal weather where it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. But I did hear that it gets really hot and really cold out there. So I don't know if I can live out there, well, with that weather. So it might be Vegas. Vegas is fine too, but I'll have to wait and see how that plays out. CC said best way to slow down time is to stare at a chart looking for a signal while doing a plank. Nice, CC. I gotta start doing that too because I've been slacking from the gym the past 2 days. It's been lazy or it's been way too busy. Let's see. John said CC plank defies physics by turning 60 seconds into an hour. I agree 100%. Plank's probably like one of the hardest things for me to hold long term. See, Camo said, I need help hitting full TP. I always do the X that you provide and always get TP1. Should I be re-entering when the trade gets back to entry? Camo, it's really up to you if you want to let it run the full TP or if you want to let it, if you want to use the exit strategy. So if you want to hit full TP, then just do that with every trade. Just let it run and don't adjust. I'm assuming the problem with you is that your spread's too wide. Because the thing is, I'm moving my stop loss to TP1, but I don't really get stopped out every time. It's probably because I have a better spread. So you might have to incorporate the spread into your trade so that you don't get kicked out of the trade too early like that. Because I noticed that that's what happens with a lot of people. Their spread is like you can look at my spread here for GU, it's like under 1 pip, or it bounces between one and like under 1 pip and maybe 1.4. For some people, they have like a 5 pip spread. So if you have a 5 pip spread and you move your stop loss to TP1, you're gonna get kicked out because you got to add 5 pips to that specific price. I'm waiting for this US 30, guys. US 30 is like really testing us today. Actually, it's not that bad. It's only 8:31, but it feels like it's super late right now for some whatever reason. Let's see. Flynn said maybe the big banks want to push up today's high so they can crash tomorrow. I mean, that could be it too. But we'll see. I mean, I'm really expecting it to reject off this point because this is a strong point over here. Let me go pull up CNBC to see if there's anything new here. I mean, nothing really all that new. The Dow's only up, 0.50%. Dude, I don't know why they use these pictures of McConnell. It looks funny. McConnell says a COVID stimulus compromise is within reach. So if the stimulus comes out, this could affect the market. This is probably what's pushing it up right now. So they're talking about a stimulus, and then that's pushing up US 30. But check this out. Probably like within an hour, they're going to be like, oh, there's no agreement that's been made. As soon as they say that, this is going to come crashing down. So we'll see how that plays out. Maybe it was a good thing we didn't enter the trade early, because if we did, we might have been screwed with this right here. Let's see this. Camo said, what would be a better spread? I mean, a better spread would be no spread, because spread just adds to your risk. I think you might have your question off, Camo. I don't know if you're asking about the spread, if you're talking about something else. Because you're asking what would be a better spread. Obviously, the best spread would be no spread. And it was like I was talking about earlier. If you use LMAX, they have like less than 1 pip spread. Like here for UJ, it's like 0 spread nearly. So obviously, I'm sure if you look at your spread right now, Camo, you probably have like a 2-3 pip spread for these pairs. Obviously, for these better brokers, they have a tighter spread. Because I'm pretty sure you're using like Hugo's way, right? They have a pretty wide spread. or any of those unregulated brokers. So it just really depends on your broker. I mean, you can't really change it if you're stuck on Hugo's. We just got to incorporate it into your trade, unless you have something else that you can use. But I think a lot of people's options are pretty limited. So the only thing you can do is just eat those wins or risk taking a full loss if you're going to run to full TP. See big banks, can see windfall as economy recovers. Economy is not recovering though. Let me check this out. Yeah, so we're still looking at Kiki said, please check Dow. We've been watching Dow, Kiki, for like the past 2-3 hours. We're just waiting for it to come down. Well, so until that happens, we're just gonna have to wait. Let me see the other questions we have here. Flynn said East Coast is better for your sleeping schedule since you trade New York session. Yeah, Flynn, no, I get you. The New York session is definitely my favorite, but I don't know if I could live on the East Coast because I can't deal with cold weather. That's probably one of the worst things. I can't deal with snow. I can't deal with freezing cold. Even right now, guys, let me see how cold is it here. It's only it's 61 degrees here, but I'm freezing right now, guys. I actually gotta get my jacket. It's if it goes anything below 60, it's like pushing it for me because I can't really deal with cold weather at all. Even right now, I'm cold. It's only 61 degrees. Braden said, what broker do you prefer? I always recommend LMAX because that's what we use for FCMO, but not everyone can afford it. We were going over that earlier, Braden. So LMAX is probably one of the best brokers that you can use because they're an institutional broker. You can see the spreads are very low. They're less than 1 pip for every pair. And some pairs, they have 0 spread. But the thing with LMAX is that they require a minimum deposit of 10,000 right here. Right? So if you can't make that deposit, which most people can't, it's not going to be available to you. So this is going to be what I recommend. I don't recommend any unregulated brokers, so I can't recommend something like Hugo's Way or anything else that you guys are used to. But I only recommend things that I know are good and that work properly. So that's why I could only recommend certain brokers that are regulated. Go back to the pairs over here. Let me check the news. There's nothing there. Yeah, we do have NFP tomorrow, so and we'll see how this goes. The Dow 30 is just chilling. Let's see what else we got here. Another question. Camo said, yeah, I just want to hit full TP, but I hate it when it hits TP1 and it hits stop loss right after. Yeah, exactly, Camo. So you gotta make a choice whether you want to risk taking the full TP or if you want to just keep, hitting TP1. Because the thing is, I trade a big account. If you're trading a small account, obviously it's going to seem like you're not making any money. But I'm trading a big account, so if I'm hitting TP1, I'm still hitting a couple hundred, maybe $1,000 per trade. So the thing is, you can't be up here if you're trading it down here. If you want to make real money, you got to start putting more money into your account because those TP1s, they add up. Like, so let's see, check this out here. So, if I'm trading the FTMO, which is like 100K, and then I have 2 of them. So if I'm risking 1%, I'm making 2,000 to trade, right? For you, if you're trading a $100 account and you're only, that's all you're trading. You only have a $100 account, and you hit it 1%. Obviously, you're gonna make $1. So you see the difference here, Camo. If you start to trade real money, like a bigger account, you're not gonna care if you hit TP1. So that's why the strategy works if you build your account. So, it's pretty. This is why the people don't like TP1. But the thing is, TP1 works, and we'll almost always hit TP1. But it just depends on the risk that you're willing to take. If you want to take more risk, then let it run full TP. But if you're, if you're not trying to take that much risk, then you're just gonna have to use the exit strategy. So it's a double-edged sword, Camo. It's just really up to you whether you want to risk that. It doesn't even have to be a 100K account, bro. Like if you have a 10K account and you're only hitting TP1, sorry, you're still locking in $100, bro. So the thing is, you got to step your account up because we're not gambling here. The thing is, if you're trading with a small account, you just want to gamble. You want to because I remember you hit me up when you over leveraged on that other trade, and I was like, damn, shouldn't have done that. So I mean, you can see the difference here, bro. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the account. If you have a $500 account, you're taking 1%, you make $5. But those $5 keep adding on. So you have to look at it from a long-term game. I feel like you're trying to make money really quick, but that's a quick recipe to blow your account really quick. So you just gotta, if you want to go to full TP, then do that for every trade. If you want to move your stop loss up, then you should move your stop loss up. But yeah, so Kevin said makes sense. Thanks. I'll be doing the 10K account next week. So yeah, that's what I meant with the risk management. Because the thing is, you're always going to keep trying to grow your account. It's more of a consistent long-term growth. It's not like you're gonna make all this money overnight. And I know everyone sees like all these bigger profits that everyone's hitting, and everyone wants to make those profits right away. But it's not gonna it's not really gonna play out like that unless you're consistent with it. Let's see. Flynn said FTO pays in hot dogs. Godfrey said, do we have a live session tomorrow? Probably not, Godfrey, because I don't trade on Fridays, and especially that it's NFP, it's going to be a risky time to trade. So we're probably not going to have a live session tomorrow. I might hop on for a little bit just to hang out with you guys, but I'm personally not going to be trading tomorrow because NFP is just too risky. You're literally gambling for NFP because price can spike either way depending on the news, or even not even depending on the news, because it's a day for manipulation. Because the thing is, the market makers and institutions know that there's a bunch of people that are just gambling on NFP, right? There's a lot of people that are taking buys, a lot of people taking sells. So what they do is the market makers and institutions look for sentiment. They see if there's more buyers, if there's more sellers. What do they do if there's more buyers? They spike price down, they stop everyone out, and then they shoot it all the way up. They do the same thing opposite direction if there's more sellers. So that's why I don't trade NFP, because it's just you're just gambling at that point. You might as well go to a casino or something, bet on roulette, because it's going to be a 50-50 game for you trading NFP. Let's see what else we got here. Flint said last month during NFP, there was a good bullish of 3,500 pips at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Price came back down to entry and then consolidated for the rest of the day. Yeah, exactly. That happens all the time. There's a spike in price and then it either corrects, like it just drops back to where it was originally, and then it just stays there. Because the reason why there's consolidation, like right here, there's movement because we're in the New York session and London session. So this is from London session into New York session. There's people trading right now. So there's momentum. When it's going sideways or it's consolidating, that means that there's nobody in the market right now, or people are just aren't trading. There's no volatility. So pretty much during NFP, what will happen is price will be here. It'll spike down, spike back up, then just go sideways because nobody's in the market anymore. Either everyone blew their account or everyone took their money out already at that point. So you guys got to look at NFP from a psychological perspective. You guys kind of have to outsmart everyone else and do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Let's see. Peter said, also keep in mind, guys, this is not a get rich quick by next week. You build your account for long-term profits income. $5 profit is still profit and adds up quick. Definitely, I agree with Peter. Because like I mentioned before, if I add this up over here, say if you have like a $1,000 account, right? And then you're making 3% per trade. So you make $30, that ends up becoming 1,030, right? You multiply that by another 3%. comes 30.9. So you get 130 plus 1030 plus 9. And then, oh no, sorry. So you got 30 plus 30.9 plus 1,000. Now you get 1,060. You keep just compounding that over and over again. And then you just add that by 30, 30.9. And then at that point, you have nearly 1,900, 1,092. And then you just keep adding 3% to that. So over time, your account just keeps growing and growing because our win rate's so high. So if you guys looked at our profits for the recent month or the most recent week, you guys can see that our wins always outweigh the losses. So for indices, we had 75 wins, 18 losses. If you did 3% of that, like I was mentioning earlier, so each win for US 30, so say if you're doing like a really basic count, your win's probably gonna be 300 per trade. So 75 plus 18 equals 93. You divide 75 by 93. Oh, sorry about that, guys. 75 divided by 93. Oh, no, sorry. I think I'm doing it backwards. 93 divided by 75. Wait, am I tripping, guys? I feel like I'm doing my math wrong right now. So we had... Oh, because we have the wins. Okay, so we have a total of 75 wins. And then you subtract that by 18 losses. So you have like 57 wins. And then you do that by 3%, which is going to be like times 30 per trade or 300 per trade. And then you should probably have like about 17,000 in profit if you took every US 30 trade for the year since like May. We didn't even start from January. We started in May until now. And then you'd still have like decent profit if you're trading a small account. So you're not going to get rich. Like you're not going to be like, go from like, $100 to like 100,000 within a few months, guys. I mean, it's possible, but odds are it's probably not because it's going to be a back and forth game. Same situation here. Like we have all the totals set here. Like if you're trading a micro lot, you'd be up like 8,000. It's still profit because you can keep compounding that and move from a micro lot to a mini lot. If you're trading a mini lot, you'd be up nearly 100,000. And then on top of that, if you go to a standard lot, you'd be up like nearly 1 million for trading indices. And then even better for our Forex pairs, we have this much approximate profit. If you're trading a micro lot, a small one, you have about 1,800. And then if you move up to a mini lot, you just keep growing your account, you'd be up to like 20,000. And then higher than that, you'd be well over 100,000. So it's all about consistency, guys. It's not a, get rich quick overnight scheme. It's like something that you get rich over a long-term period because it just keeps adding up from there. And then if you guys do FTMO, like you guys can see all the profits from everyone in K2. Like I was mentioning earlier, these are profits from today. Alkin made like 2,000 off FTMO. So if he made 2,000 on there and you keep 70% of that, so he made 2,605, you keep 70% of that, his take home is still going to be 1,445. Like, sure, you're going to give away 30%, but you get to take home X amount of money as well. So I wouldn't be complaining about that at all. Like that's still profit, And when you're trading FTMO, you're not really risking anything because if you lose the account, you just go and sign up for another one. Same thing right here with Charles. Like look at Charles, his week with us, all he's been doing is copying my signals. So if you look at the premium chat over here, I think Charles mentioned it. Yeah, so basically Charles over here, he got his first 50K account using K2. All he's doing is copying my signals. Like he says, what he's doing, he's literally just copying all my signals. So for Charles, he made for this week 18,121, right? So 18,121. He's going to take 70% of that profit from his FTMO account, multiply that by 70%. So in 1 week, he made, wrong number on that. So he made 18,121, 35 times 70%. He's going to take home $12,684 from just copying my signals, because he's trading on FTMO and he's taking, you know, good lot sizes, what I recommend, and he's taking this much. And Charles is just a member. He's not even applying the strategy. He's just copying my signals and using proper lot sizes and literally just taking all of my trades. So this is what he's going to take home for the week. And, you know, it's crazy. It's totally possible. So the thing is, this is just an example that you can literally just apply my trades and still make profit. But obviously, if you trade on your own, like over here, all these people are trading on their own. Like Cheryl over here, she's trading on her own. She makes like about 1,000 to 2,000 a day. Like if we scroll through here, you can see that there's so many profits here that everyone makes. Like Arik made like 600, Spencer made 1,000 yesterday, Paula made 2,000 yesterday. Josh over here, he made a ton right here, 2,000. Kia right here, she made 3,000. And these aren't even my profits, guys. These are profits by actual K2 members. And that goes to show that, you know, it actually works. It's not like I'm the only one profiting here. Literally everybody in K2 is profiting. So if you're not profiting, you know, you guys could reach out to me because you're probably making a mistake that can be fixed. And that's usually the case for most people. You're either probably over leveraging, you're taking your stop loss too early, you're exiting your trade because you get scared of the position, or you just don't know what you're doing. So, you know, we're always here to help, guys. If you guys have any questions, and I'm live every single day, so, or like Monday through Thursday at least. So I'm here to answer questions as well if you guys have any. All right, we're waiting for this US 30 position to drop back down. We're literally just waiting for a sell signal, guys. That's all we're waiting for right now. But once we get that sell signal, we'll be good to go. Yeah, so I have a pretty easy to use compounding spreadsheet that gives you a daily breakdown and monthly targets just by putting your starting balance if anyone wants it. It helps me know what I set target. Definitely, yeah. So that's really good that Jazz has that as well, because it gives you goals, guys. You guys should always have goals when trading. You know, like for today, you're like, okay, my goal for today is going to make like $100, $200, $300, because then at that point you can easily compound that from there, and you just leave your money in the account and just keep growing it over and over and over. Braden said, how do I contact you or join the group? Hey, Braden, so you can go to the website. Just go to k2trades.com. So right here is the website. It's really simple. It's just k2trades.com, as you can see up here. And then once you get on the website right here, you can either sign up for the free intro course right here. This will give you access to all of the free material. And this is completely free, guys. Even with this webinar, it's completely free. I'm here to help you guys and, you know, bring you guys to the next level of trading. But if you want to step up to the next level where you have access to the K2 indicators, the K2 strategy course, this would be the K2 strategy course right here. Basically, it has all the introduction stuff, how to use TradingView, like exactly how I use it, you know, the basics, the foundations of trading, trend line, support, resistance, etc. And then this is the real important stuff. It's the actual K2 strategy. So you'll have access to the K2 intraday strategy, the K2 momentum pullback strategy, scalping strategies, every indicator that I've created. And this is the strategy I use for every signal that we send out. So in order to get all that, you can sign up for the trial here. It's only $50 for the first month. And then you'll have one-on-one mentorship with me as well. So I could help you master these strategies so that you can trade exactly how I do and everyone else in the group. So this is available to everyone, but just keep in mind that this is probably not going to last very long. We're probably going to take it off by the end of this month. And if you sign up next year, you're not going to have access to unlimited one-on-one mentorships with me any further, because as you know, K2 is getting way too busy. There's too many people joining now, so I don't have time to really dedicate to every single person. You'll still get one-on-one sessions, but it's not going to be unlimited like it is right now for the current members. But if you do sign up this year, you'll have unlimited sessions with me. Peter, so there's no better system indicator signals mentor out there than K2. Thanks, Peter. Tam said, major keys. My goal is set to 300 a day. After that, I'm done for the day. Don't get greedy. It's days I make more, but that's the goal. No, definitely, Tam. That's a great goal, because if you do the math on that, you know, 300 a day times 5 times 4, that's 6,000 a month. It doesn't seem like that much, but then you multiply it by 12, and you're making 72,000 just trading. Because I know, Tam, you're still working your job, but see, right now your goal is 300 a day. So if you hit 300 a day, which is not that hard, 300 a day, that's like 1 or 2 trades, maybe 3. You hit that, you'll lock in 72,000 a year. And then say the next year you want to up that, right? You go from 300, now you want to double that. You want to make 600 a day. You multiply that by 5 days a week. You multiply that by 4 weeks in a month. You multiply that by 12 months in a year. Now you're up to 144,000. And then you just keep adding and adding and adding from there. And then you go from 600 to 1,200 a day, right? Multiply that by 5, multiply that by 4, multiply that by 12. You're making $288,000 a year just trading. And then from there, you just keep compounding it. Like I mentioned, as your account grows, your risk is going to grow as well. So you guys can see the possibility here. There's a lot of profit that can be made. And, all you got to do is learn what you're doing and, stick to your game plan. All right, here we go, guys. We got a short position pending right here. Hopefully this closes. We got 4 minutes left on the candle. Let me see this. Yeah, exactly, Tim. And that's just trading. You can do a lot of other things too. Like you can, like for me, I make a pretty decent amount trading. And then now I'm moving into buying, real estate. I'm moving into buy properties. I'm moving into opening other businesses. Trading is like it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle to get you to where you want to be and to open other opportunities for you. Because that's literally just trading. Like we just went over with Tam. This is just trading. And then say you make this much money from trading, and then you add on some real estate properties to your portfolio, and then you add on other companies like e-commerce companies. Because I know you've been doing e-commerce, Tam. I give you props to that too. I'm starting to get into e-commerce too recently. I'm gonna start getting into some e-commerce wholesale for like the bigger name products. So I'm definitely trying to spread my wings out there and do a bunch of different things, but everything's gonna come back to trading, because trading is where I started, and trading is what I love to do. So definitely props to everyone who's been here and learning with us. But you guys see the possibility there. There's a lot of profit to be made, even just through trading. Wax said, "Sir, please don't remove the unlimited sessions." So Wax, if you sign up by the end of this year, you'll be locked in. So as long as you sign up by this year, and then you don't cancel your subscription, then you're going to be locked into that program. So you'll have access to me pretty much as you want. The only problem is that K2 just gets way too busy. So the people who sign up to K2 right now, you guys are giving your commitment that you want to learn from me and you want to learn from K2. So if you commit right now, then I'm going to commit to you guys as well. And I'm going to keep giving you guys advice and giving you guys one-on-one sessions unlimited. If you sign up next year, then obviously you're going to get kicked down to the list, because everyone who signed up before you is going to have priority over everyone else. So that just it's just a heads up, guys, because the thing is, I'm just getting way too busy. Like you guys saw this morning, I was answering all these questions, these emails, before I can even get started with this session. So just a heads up for you guys. Oh, cool. So Jerry wants the link, so I'm going to post the link right here. Copy that. I'll post it right here in the chat if you guys want to sign up to that. Let's see what else we got here. Fung said, "Hey, Shawn, can you show how to set up the K2 alert in TradingView?" Sure, no problem, Fung. So basically, the way that you set up your alert will, or give me 1 second, Fung. Let me just wait for this candle to close, because we have 1 minute left, and I don't want to miss the trade if it ends up closing. So I'm going to have my phone ready. So if you guys are ready, I got my phone in my hand. I got my MT4 ready to take this sell entry if it closes. I don't know if it's going to close, but if it does, we'll be ready. And then let me just get this set up right here too. US 30 sell stop. All right, so we're good right here. I'm just gonna preset this signal so that once we get it, I can send it to you guys right away in the premium. So you guys can see that what I'm doing is not that difficult, guys. I'm literally just using the same exact strategy every single day and then sharing with you guys, you know, when it comes down to it. All right, we got 20 seconds left, guys. 20 seconds. Let's see if this closes. All right, 15 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, I'm in the trade. If you guys want to enter, we are live in the trade, guys. All right, let me send this out real quick. Change these numbers here, 30023. All right, looks like we're good, guys. I'm in the trade. Hopefully you guys are in too. Here we go. All right, profit's looking nice. All right, guys, hopefully you're in this trade with me. Set my alerts up real quick. TP1, 750. All right, there we go, guys. You're good to go. All right, so I'm all set up. We're in the trade. We are ready to rock and roll, guys. Let me send my profits real quick. Cool. I'm just gonna share this. So guys, I'm in profit area right now, 210. It's pulling back right now slightly. We'll see how that goes. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news, so it's kind of messing with price, but we'll see how everything plays out. All right, cool. And we got a long way to go, guys. So don't worry about it if it keeps bouncing around. Just like I mentioned yesterday, it's it's all about trade psychology. You guys got to let it go. So at this point, I'm not going to look at this anymore because it's just going to drive you insane if you watch the actual trade run. But let me get back to Fung's question. So Fung, I think you're still here, right? So basically, if you want to set your alert, depending on what time frame you want to send it on or set it on, I'm going to set it on the 4 hour right here. Basically, all you need to do is click on this alert button right here. You'll click this drop down for where it says condition, choose K2TS, and then down here in the second box, you'll change this to K2 signal fired. And then from there, you can choose one of these options. So for me, I like to use once per bar close because I only want an alert if it closes with a signal. If it doesn't close with, if you want it to alert you every time it appears, then you can do once per bar. But you might get too many signals depending on what time frame you're trading on. So I generally like to use once per bar close, and then you can change the settings right here. Expiration date, you can change it to any date you want. I have it set to open-ended. And then this button right here will have you notify on your phone app if you have the phone app. Also right here, it'll show a pop-up if you want to alert on the screen as well. And then after that, down here, you can name the alert anything you want. You can call it, like for this, it's going to be for GU. So we can put GBP USD K2 signal 4 hour. And then you just click create, and that's how you see the alert. If you want to set it on a different time frame, like the 30-minute, you can do that as well. Same thing, hit alert, K2TS, K2 signal fired, once per bar close or once per bar, whichever one you like. And then you can set the alert here, GBP USD, K2 signal 30-minute. And it's as simple as that. It's not that complicated. And that's pretty much it. Super simple. Check GU USD right here, looking good. I'm not going to keep looking at it. It's just going to drive us crazy. See what else we got here. Nice. So Braden said, okay, great info. I have one trade going on GJ along with the TP at 141.225. Yeah, GJ is a good buy right now because it looks like it's swinging back up. So let's see, Braden's TP is at 141.250. Oh, yours pretty high. Sorry, yawning again. Yeah, your TP is kind of high, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to push that high. It's just that, let's see. $141.250. Yeah, so you're kind of in a tricky position right now. See who's asking. Yeah, Braden, so you're kind of in a tricky position right now because price is currently within the zone. However, we do have a buy signal. So if this closes above the zone right here, then we can anticipate that to shoot up further and hit your full TP. However, if it rejects off this zone right here, and then we get followed with a sell signal, then that might be bad news because then it might push down even further. So it just really depends on how this plays out. Let's see if there's any could you guys hear me? I think connection might have gotten lost for a second. I think we're still on. Looks like it. So yeah, I think we're still on, guys. I got disconnected for like a second right now, so I'm not sure if it's still working. Just want to make sure real quick. Let me check the messages. All right, I think it's back. Let me give it a few seconds and then I'll go back to the analysis. All right, there we go. So we're back at GJ right here, guys. I was analyzing this for Braden. Basically, I'm going to go on the 8-hour. I'm going to try to find the upper zones on the specific pair. So, Braden, you're kind of in a risky position right here because, like I mentioned, if price breaks this breaks and closes past the zone up here, then, odds are price is probably going to continue up. However, even if it does break up above here, you're going to reach this zone right here. So the problem with this zone right here is that price can either reject off there or continue up and hit your full TP. So it looks like you're trading in an area where there's a lot of zones. So depending on how the market is moving and stuff, you can go either way, really. Obviously, it's in an uptrend right now. You can see it's clearly in a smooth uptrend right here. However, this doesn't guarantee that it's going to continue that way for very long. So if you're in profit, Braden, I would recommend that you move your stop loss in profit as it continues to move upwards, because there's a lot of areas of rejection as price continues to move up and reaches your your new stop loss over there. I mean your TP. So we'll see how that plays out, but this is pretty much how I see it playing out right here. It's either going to break above and close and continue up, or it may reject off here and come down from this point. So you have to analyze it from all the different scenarios. I know obviously you only want it to be bullish, but it doesn't always play out that smoothly. So just keep in mind that there's a couple different scenarios that can play out here. Hopefully it goes up, because I want it to go up, because we also have JPY pairs active right now as well. We have CAD JPY, so I do want this to push up. So hopefully it pushes up with your GJ and it hits your TP, because I still want to hit our TP for CAD JPY as well. So let's see what else we got here. Response said, I got bad service where I'm at. Are you there in that US 30 sell yet, Shawn? Yeah, so Merspa, we just got into US 30. It's actually right at entry right now. So you can probably enter at this time. And we're still waiting for it to come down further. So if you're looking to get into US 30, it's still there. It's still available. So you can still enter right now if you'd like. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Velocity's back. Let's see who else is here. Forex trader, good job writing. GJ paid me good in the long position today. Nice. Mark said, I just want you guys to know, you see that drop, you guys caused that. Nice. Yeah, Sisu said, nice momentum. Tam said she's in there. Brandon said, how long would you hold this trade on average? Which trade are you talking about, Brandon? Are you talking about the US 30? We usually like to get out of this trade by the end of the session. So it's 9 o'clock right now. The session's probably going to close like in about, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, in about less than 4 hours. So we're probably going to hold on to it for a couple hours, see how it plays out. Usually at that point, once it hits lunchtime, like lunchtime my time, 12, you usually see a large surge of momentum. So it usually pushes to our TP. And then we'll see how that plays out from there. But if it reaches TP1, I generally move stop loss to TP. And then I just pretty much ride the wave from that point. And then if it hits our TP, then good. If it doesn't, then, we just let it play out even further. I was looking at the chat, guys. You guys are funny. Let me see what else we got here. We got, all right, cool. So yeah, Braden, you got it. We're good with that. Forex trader said, nice, we got it at 140. Ash said, most 2 all JPY pairs in for a sell. So Ash, we were in for a buy earlier. The reason why the JPY dropped, during the New York session was because there was COVID news that came out. But it looks like a lot of these are starting to correct back upwards. So I'm not sure how far it'll push up, because like I mentioned, COVID is a huge deciding factor in the market right now. It's pushing the market in so many directions where, we don't even know what will happen, because the market's just, whenever there's new COVID news, it's going to spike price in one direction or the other. Plus there's a talk of stimulus in the US as well that's going to be affecting the market too. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors, guys, that are factoring in the market. But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out. All right, perfect. All right, Black to Jerry, let's check out GU again. We are just looking at that earlier. Let me pull it back up. Looks like all right, cool. Just wanted to make sure that my trades are active on all my accounts. So it's looking good on all of them. Go back to GU right here. So yeah, Black to Jerry. So for GU right here, it was like I was mentioning earlier, price is at this structure. So the thing with GU is that it can reject off here, or it can continue to push up further, like right here, and then it might reject off this point too. So there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out for GU right now. The problem with GU is that it's reaching an area where there's a ton of zones right here. So if I take this off, we have a bullish momentum, right? So we're going to look at this from a bullish bias. I'm going to take this off the chart. So just looking at GU right here, price can either reject off this point if it doesn't close above here, but if it closes above here, it's probably going to push up to here. And then at this point, it can push up to here, here, like anywhere within this zone. And then it'll likely either reject off it, if not break right through. But it seems like there's something in the news that is still causing the US dollar to be weak. More specifically, probably the NFP news, because I think our NFP data is going to be bad for the US, because obviously unemployment data seems like it's going to be a little higher or lower. I mean, we'll see how it plays out though, but I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out right now, especially with what's going on in the world currently. Chris George. What is this? Is this CT? CT said, I think that's CT. Took half off with AU at 50% and 25% stop all profit. Nice. Yeah. So you're still in AU right now, right, CT? So yeah, just looking at GU right here, it's going to move similarly to AU, which was one of the positions we have active. So let me pull up AU real quick. Looking at AU right now, I actually got stopped out at TP1. Unfortunately, I moved my stop loss up too close, which is fine. I mean, I got stopped out with like $300 profit because I took like a standard lot or a little higher than that, and I'm happy with that profit. You know, I can't complain having $300 and then going off my day pretty much. So yeah, looking at AU right here, that was a pretty good move that you took off at 50%, and then you pretty much just, oh yeah, okay. So you pretty much adjusted it up, and then you just got stopped out all in profit. So that's good. I mean, profit's profit. Just like I've been mentioning for all of these trades. Like some people are mad that they would have gone out at TP1 over here for 20 pips, but I'm actually happy because it's just profit, and then I just move on to the next trade and continue trading those as well. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that was a good move, CT. That was awesome. You got in at 0.7. Damn, you got in like 0. So you got 740.40. Oh yeah, solid. You got in like before. You got in before us when it was within the zone. Nice. So yeah, it looks like you probably put like a buy stop right here, right? You try to get in at this high. That's something that I used to do before. I'd put a buy stop where I see these highs, and then you just catch that momentum drift upwards. So CT got in at a really good price point. So he actually got in for more pips than us. He probably got in. Yeah, he probably locked in like 30 to 50 pips. That's real nice. Smart move, CT. CT said it should still go, but with news and year base balancing books. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, we're getting close to the end of the year. We're in the winter session, plus NFP today or tomorrow, plus COVID news, plus there's a ton of things that are going on that can affect the market. So I'm being careful. When it reaches TP, I move my stop loss and profit, and then I guarantee those profits, and then I go on for my day. So yeah, great move right there, CT. I wish I got in a little earlier too. I was kind of scared, but if I did get in earlier, I would have gotten as much profit as you as well. That's good. I mean, I'm happy we all making profits today. Yeah, it's been great. Let me see what else we got over here. Dan said, Shawn, do the other indices follow US 30 trends? So could I expect a spike in AUD USD, or they run as separate entities? So Dan, the other indices, so the one that's most correlated with US 30 would be the S&P. So if you were to put the S&P next to the US 30, you would see that they generally move very similarly. Take this off. I wouldn't correlate it with NASDAQ because they're totally different stocks. Let me see, S&P 500. Yeah, so looking at the S&P right here, if I zoom out of this, let's see, on a 10-minute. So if you look at the S&P and then you look at the US 30, they're very similar. They look almost identical, right? But if you match this with the NASDAQ, it's totally different. It might not be totally different, but it's going to be very different. So you can see the NASDAQ, it's way different. It's going sideways while it's going up over here for US 30. So the only two indices that are very similar are going to be like the US 30 and the S&P, and probably the DAX as well. But I wouldn't necessarily correlate them the same way. You'd have to analyze them individually so that you have a better understanding as to how that specific asset's working, because they're not always going to be moving in that direction all the time. So I wouldn't correlate different indices. I would just analyze them on their own, and it's not that big of a deal. So you can probably do it. It doesn't take that much time. But they generally don't correlate with Forex pairs. I know some people say that AUD USD correlates with it, but I don't think it always does. Let me pull it up right here. So yeah, if you look over here at AUD USD, it looks kind of similar, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily 100% the same, because you can see here that these are a lot like thicker and fatter candles, and this is a little more symmetrical, while this one pushed down a little further. It does move up kind of similarly, but you can see here as it continues to move, it doesn't necessarily move exactly the same. It's kind of similar, but I wouldn't say it's exactly the same, because I don't want you to go and analyze AU and think that AU is going to be moving the same direction as the US 30, because you can see here for AU it's coming down, and then over here it's coming down, but it's still pushing up temporarily. And the thing is, they move completely like US 30 moves like 100 times faster than AUD USD. So I wouldn't correlate the two, but you can definitely look at both of them just to get a bird's eye view of how they're moving. One other question, Godfrey said, do you trade volatility such as B? Sorry. Is Aaron still in here? Aaron's got me yawning, bro. Where is he at? Oh, he's not even in here anymore. He's probably the one that got me disconnected earlier. But yeah, Godfrey, we don't trade the VIX. I don't even know what symbol is for the VIX. I know usually it's like certain international countries that you guys like to trade the VIX, but I personally don't trade the VIX. There was someone else in the group before that was trading the VIX, and she was saying that it's literally a gamble. So I personally don't trade the VIX, but the strategy does work. So if you have the symbol, Godfrey, for the VIX, you can use the K2 indicators on there. I just don't have the symbol for it. I've tried to look for it with others, but we weren't able to really find it. So Braden said Trump just agreed to COVID relief. Yeah, that's probably what's affecting the market right now. That's probably what's spiking it around. So let's check the news real quick, see what's going on. What the heck? Likely dead. Who died? Christopher Waller confirmed as Federal Reserve Governor. Judy Shelton nomination likely dead. How did she die? Wow. Oh, there's no updates, but I guess someone died. And I guess it's affecting the market because they have a new Federal Reserve Governor who's going to make, decisions and stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in the news that can affect the market, guys. So, there's something that can affect it in a positive way. There's something that can affect it in a negative way. There's no real way to really determine what direction that it is going to get pushed. So I'm not going to bother even looking at US 30 because you guys know what happened yesterday. Everyone was worried about US 30, but then it ended up hitting full TP. So what I recommend is you guys just set your trade and then pretty much go on with your day, guys, because there's no need for you to really be focused on it currently, because it's going to keep bouncing around for like the next 3-4 hours until it finally decides to choose a direction to move in. Let's see what else we got here. Sisuk said, do you think that the vaccine being approved from Pfizer and announced for availability for the UK is making a difference? It kind of did yesterday, but I don't know if it was that much of a push. I mean, you guys did see that we had this huge bullish move yesterday. So I don't know if it had an effect on it. It might have not, but it helped our position. So that's all. That's all that really mattered to me. But yeah, I'm not sure if it really affected it like that or not. Let's see what else we got here. Sisu said, I was thinking that would have shot GU up a little more. Oh, possibly, yeah. That could have been it. Yeah, Sisu said, I agree 100%. That's been the other huge concern. RX said, what I learned is you can't let US 30 make you relax because one move, you'll get a signal, you'll get a chance of re-entering with it. Will lull you to sleep. Yeah, no, definitely, RX. I agree. You got to keep your eye on US 30, especially if you don't have your alert set up. The thing with me is I have my alert set up over here. So when it hits TP, it'll let me know. So that's when I know when to look at the chart. Because the thing with US 30 is it's going to bounce around. It's going to head down. It's going to head up. It's going to drop back down, hit TP, keep continuing down, hit full TP. It's going to do all these weird movements, right? So for me, I don't even bother looking at it. I have my alert set up. So when it does hit TP or something, I can go ahead and take a look at it, but I'm not going to go and, stare at it like all day because then it's just going to stress me out, obviously. But yeah, let me keep going down the questions over here. Sisu said, always a great day when you can enter it in good. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. Forex Trader said, I sold S&P, took 100 profit so far before it pulled back a bit. Yeah, nice. That was a good scalp, Forex Trader. You, nice. So you're still in 2 short positions. Great. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. The thing with the indices is they move really fast. So they're good assets to scout. Sorry guys, I'm looking at the messages I'm getting right now. Let me see. Yeah, I just saw a name there. C6 said no more melatonin for Shawn. Yeah, no, definitely, man. That melatonin got me tired, guys. I'm never like yawning like this or really this tired on the webinar, but today I'm like super tired. But yeah, guys, we have about 30 minutes left on the clock. I think I'm probably gonna get off for a bit, guys, because I need to Yeah, sorry guys, I need to go and answer all these questions. I got a ton of freaking questions from last night. So I'm probably going to get off soon, guys, because I have another mentoring session later on today with Radomir. I don't know if you're on this call, Radomir, but if you guys want to hop in on the one-on-one mentoring session with Radomir, I'll be online with him in about, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, in about 5 hours. So in 5 hours, I'll be on live for the one-on-one mentoring session with Radomir. So if you guys want to hop on, just make sure that you guys like this video and you guys subscribe. So if you guys aren't subscribed, you guys won't get notifications when I go live, because I go live like throughout the day. So if you guys like the video and then you guys subscribe, you guys will get notified by email whenever I go live, because I go live randomly sometimes. I'll have like one-on-one sessions with people. And if you guys want to sit in and see how I mentor people one-on-one, you guys are more than welcome to join. You know, it'll be a fishbowl type setting where you guys are just watching in. And I'm going on a one-on-one live session with one person, but you guys are free to sit in and learn. So if you guys want to sit in, just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you'll get notified whenever I go live. And then if you guys like the video, it'll keep pushing, you know, the video up so that you guys will know exactly what's going on. So you guys don't miss anything like this right here. If you guys missed this stream, you guys would have missed all these trades that we called in this, you know, this US 30 that we're taking today. So also, if you guys have any other friends that want to learn about trading, or, you know, because I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that want to learn but don't know where to get started. I was in the same position with you guys before, where I was trading by myself. I never had a mentor. I never had a course. I learned everything from scratch. So I'm here just pretty much passing it along, guys. You know, even with you guys here, I'm sure you guys have learned a lot just from sitting here and watching me analyze the charts. So if you guys want to come and learn, or if you guys have friends that want to learn as well, you know, feel free to spread the word, because I'm doing this completely free. I'm not charging you guys anything. And you guys do have access to the K2 indicators if you guys want that. So I'm here to help you guys. You know, I'm here to make more profit with everybody. So yeah, just to let you guys know, I'm going to get off soon because I need to go answer all of these emails. I need to go look for trades for the next candle close. And hopefully our trade continues to play out as it's supposed to. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys later. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on my on the Telegram, and I can, you know, communicate with you directly on there. Otherwise, I will probably catch you guys maybe tomorrow morning. I'm going to see how NFP is playing out. If it's not too crazy, I'll probably hop on and then maybe we could take a trade. Otherwise, I will catch you guys next week. So I'll probably start with the weekly chart analysis on Sunday if I'm available. If not, we'll do it on Monday. So I can mark up all of these zones for you so that you guys can see exactly where to trade and where not to trade if you guys don't have the indicators yet. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in about 5 hours. I'll be Radomir said I'm here. I'm following on my smart TV, not in the chat. So yeah, I'll be back online in about 5 hours with Radomir. We're going to go on that one-on-one session. So if you guys want to hop in, feel free. But until then, I'll catch you guys in a couple hours. So yeah, guys, see you guys in a